game, fellas. The game's the important thing today. Play football, you've got to use the cranks and you've got to play fair.
Anzac Day, I can't believe it. Central's playing the Eagles. What a day, what an emotional day for our Diggers. We will remember them, and Centrals and the Eagles will fight it out on the Adelaide Oval. What better can you get than that? First bounce goes the Dogs' way. They can't get up. A little kick on the ground. Umpire straight in there, and the free kick to go the Dogs. Healy gets a handball away. Can't get it out there. Good tackling by the Eagles, and they now get it out through Tobias. The Eagles try to run through the centre. Prescott caught with the ball, can't get it out. Tobias again, good handball over to Gallagher. The Eagles into attack to the northern end against the breeze. Oh, Kluzak! Chris Kluzak, a great mark at the 50-metre line. The Eagles in attack.
Hello.
It's a good... And Tim Ginniver's with us, but he's...
Sorry,
I think he mic'd off. That wasn't a bad grab, was it?
It was exceptional. It wasn't a great kick that came in either, and he came from about 3 deep, so an excellent effort by Chris Kluzak.
Kluzak now. He's a good forward, playing very well this year. Have a look at the kick. It's going in there in the breeze. It's not quite there. Good defence, is it? It's knocked through at the end. It's only a minor score. The first score on Anzac Day, it goes to the Eagles. They're 1 point. And there's it is.
Just going to have a look at the goal umpire's version of things. And just over the line, as we see there, Tim.
Well, he made the correct decision. Good start.
So Central District working the ball out of defence. Well, that was a pretty sloppy kick. Healy gives a hand pass inside, perhaps ill-advised. But Graham does well, keeps it in front of him. Eventually it'll be turned over, and the Eagles take possession and almost turn it over. Beveridge taking it under pressure. Now breaking away Stevens. He kicks it up forward over the head of the player he was aiming for, and Jamie Tate cleans up for the Eagles. Hand pass off to Colville. He looks up, and there's not a hell of a lot in front of him in terms of Eagles jumpers, as we see Centrals will get to the ball first. Carried over the line was Pareda. Throw in, half-back flank for Central District.
Going to be interesting to see how both teams run the ball up into the breeze. Even though Chris Kluzak kicks wasn't too bad, it penetrated fairly well. I think it is going to hold up a bit.
I tell you, good tackling by the Eagles there, and this last week was the same. They're a very good tackling side. The ball goes wide. Tobias there, tackled by Stevens, the ball out of play. This will be a pretty exciting game. Hard to pick a winner. I've seen the Eagles a couple of times. They look good. You'd think they're playing a little bit better, but Central's a lot of emotion.
There's no picking involved for you, is it?
No, I don't think so, but you've got to be fair, don't you, on ABC Sport. It'll be a good game. It'll need their best. A good test for both sides. The handball away was quick there by Floriani. Goes wide, picked up by McKinnon. He drives long out of defence for the Dogs, out of side the ground. Chris Cowan's there, can't mark. Near the line, does well. Good handball, good attacking handball. Stevens gets a kick long into the half-forward line. They battle hard for it there. Good fighting for the ball was Lockwood. He'll be good up forward for the Dogs. The kick goes into the full forward line. Bouncing awkwardly there for Sibanela. He can't get it on. Another bounce, awkward bounce there. It's kept in play by McArdle. How did he do that? He still got it. Knocked through. Minor score. First score to the Dogs. It's 1 point apiece as we're early into this first quarter.
It's a pretty good defence in the end. McArdle did very well to keep that ball alive. And then Jamie Tate, in his desperation with Gallagher, managed to get it over the line.
Just waiting on Holland to bring the ball back in. Darren Holland, he'll probably kick it. There it goes to himself, and away he goes. So leaves some space in front of this lad, and he knows how to run. Kicks it long, and a good strong mark there by Tate. Inside with the handball straight away to Beveridge. He's got a player running for him on the wing, but he doesn't go that long. Eventually it gets to that player in McCarthy. McCarthy now direct, looking for the lead at full forward. He sits it up just a bit high, and Geister moves back for Centrals and takes the mark. On this side of the ground, he's got Harada running for him. It's a poor kick. Harada might butter up. He does. Just gets a toe to the ball. Now he's on the attack. Hand pass inside. Poor hand pass, but eventually it was cleared away by McGowan on the right boot. His kick, without looking really, allows Tate in. Oh, that doesn't... Not a good effort from Tate. Just dropped it as he went backwards into the pack. When I say not a good effort, he perhaps should have marked it, but it was a good effort to be going backwards into a pack. So we go down to Michael for the Eagles bench.
Yes, you can see the lads sitting there, eager to participate in this Anzac Day clash. O'Hara, Earl, and Matthews.
Knock away, comes to McGowan, goes onto the right foot, long into the southern end there. The umpire runs well across. It's a minor score. That looked like out a mile to me, but it's given us a point. It puts Centrals in front early stage of this game. 2 points, the Eagles 1.
Well, Gary, we could have done with the goal umpire Cam then, because I reckon that was wide of the point post as well. But
he's down the other end, Tim.
I know, we could have done with it though, couldn't we?
It's so good, yeah, because that looked well out from our position way up in the grandstand. Holland again, he can't play on. The Centrals have woken up to that. Chris Gowan's there on the mark to stop him running off. The kick's not as good on this occasion. Goes into the centre of the ground. Prescott there with a chance. He can't get it up. Handball away is good. They're out of trouble, the Eagles. They use the ball beautifully to Floriani. He's long, half forward. Looking for Matthew. Cluzak can't get it. Taken there by Jeffries. They're under trouble. McClure it is. He's blocked off the boot. McClure goes back over it. Little kick. He's got 2 players in there. Good talking. It allows them to get in. The Eagles there through Chapman. The kick goes goalwards, but it's offline. It's a minor score. 2 points apiece at the 5-minute mark of this first quarter.
Well, they're running it up well. Tobias did the right thing and punched the ball in. See the goal umpire Cam there, definitely a point, but they have to do that. They really have to run it up because this ball is holding up a fair bit into the breeze.
We see an example of the breeze as the ball's kicked out wide. McGowan leads the race for Central District. Under pressure, he just about turns it over. Chapman comes through, knocks it. Finally, gets a hand pass out there, and Arnold does well. Well, sort of. Bello working hard. Now it's McGowan under a lot of pressure. Stevens, blind hand pass, turns it over eventually. Good pressure from the Eagles. Whack! And down went Cluzak. And the umpire, well, he's picked out a free kick, and he's going to give it to Big Lindsay.
Just see it there. Might have cocked Cluzak a little bit high, but I think it was a follow-up.
Nothing there.
Well, the free kick was to Lindsay in the end, and he just chips it over to Floriani, who takes a mark in the pocket. Acute angle, tough shot, especially given the breeze, Tim.
You're right, and you've just seen the way Floriani in the past couple of weeks, the way he drops the football. It normally allows on a windy day to go off onto the inside. So we'll see how he goes, see if he's been working on it.
See what the goal umpire sees as the ball goes through, and the goal umpire moves across to the right, signals are behind.
Yeah, just a bit worried with his action. It's always sort of waving around from side to side, and it's always going to be hard to punch those in on a windy day.
The Eagles 3 points, lead Centrals 2 points. There's the kick, goes wide, outer side of the ground to McKinnon. He's long, that's a beautiful kick. Found McGowan, centre wing on the outer side of the Adelaide Oval on Anzac Day. Goes long for Centrals into the half forward line. Bounces awkwardly for all players there. They battle now. Who's the runners there? Colville's in there. Good play. Handball comes into McCardle. He's got players on the centre running play there. The kick away by Chris Gowans goes high. It's in the goal square. Who can grab it? No one. It's off hands. Down to the front of the pack. There'll be a battle in there. Colville. McCardle, they try to get it off. It's still towards the line. It's still a battle. Have a look at the players. Hard in there. They can't get it out. Bounce down.
Well, as a coach, you'd love to see your forwards fighting that hard for the ball.
She's on now, is it?
I think they're going to keep fighting for the ball.
Well, umpire Tim Fife has decided the best way to stop this is to bounce it, and so close to goal, the players realise. And eventually, well, he tried to knock it through. McCardle did well, got on the goal side of the bounce. Now it's back McGowan, sloppy kick inside, but good enough to find, no, out of bounds. And that was Simon Arnott, I should say, back after stints at Geelong and up in Sydney, and back in the red, white and blue colours.
I think Alistair Clarkson will be very pleased with the way his forwards are fighting for the ball. They're just holding it in all the time, and McCardle again, just intelligent standing on the line and stopping that ball going over.
Well, that's tape, quick hand pass. Don't really think it was a hand pass, but it goes forward. Prescott he's found on the wing, now inside with the hand pass. Beveridge running the centre corridor. He moves onto his left leg, now onto his right. Well, maybe he should have gone with the left. Kicks it wide onto the half forward flank, and Cluzak just couldn't get a look at the ball. Sock it away. Gallagher's the first to it for the Eagles. Turns inside and sees a bunch of Bulldogs and manages to get a free kick out of it. Caught just a little bit high by Bowen Lockwood.
Just a little bit.
Yeah.
I think we'll pay that.
Any higher would have missed him.
I think we'll pay that. Gallagher, good player for the Eagles last week. Grandstand side, high kick, holding in the breeze. It's a good competitive game, this. That's good stuff. Knockout as we go down the Centrals bench with Mike Parsons.
Yes, 3 lads sitting there ready to come on. The action's hot, but they're not. Cowan, Cotter and Lillico.
Throw in, grandstand side. Big Lindsay gets the thump away. Gowans with a chance, can't do it. Oh, that's holding the ball, nearly letting go at the last moment. Play on's called. They let that go a bit more now. Healy's got it. The skipper for the Dogs can't get it away. Prescott tackled hard. Arnold over the ball, but it's out of play. Grandstand side.
Well, I'm with you on that one, Gary. I just think Slade had enough of him, turned him around to 360, and he still hadn't released it. So, hold the ball for mine.
Throw in grandstand side. Pack of players there as always. Prescott with a chance. I've been pretty impressed with this lad. Coming from Sturt, he's done pretty well. The ball's out of play, right in front of the Australian flag. It's Anzac Day on ABC Sport.
Yes, right in front of the Australian flag, right in front of the commentary position here as well. And believe me, these boys are dead set ferocious at the tackles.
In a soccer game at the moment, 3-all. 10 minutes gone. And Healy will lead that one to that hack forms right over Healy. Gee, just waiting to see what he was going to do. All he did was lob over the ball and wait for a player to come over the top. In the end, no result. I think that was probably what he was after.
Neil, I was just going to say, I'll mention it now. I went past Gallipoli last year, and Anzac Day means so much. But when that eerie day that I went past there, and the Diggers here today, you get so emotional in the big day of footy, but a big day for Australia.
Lindsay now, the big ruckman. Paul Lindsay drives it inside 50. Kluzak's on the lead, and the punch comes defensively, and his brother picks it up. Now back to Kluzak. Snap it, goal! Going close. Just drops a bit short. Now it's on the ground. Burton doing his best. Sockers it off the ground. It's a goal! Well, I didn't think he had a chance. Managed to hold off his opponent, socketed it through. Opening goal. Eagles 139 Central. Just the 3 points.
A lot of that can go to Matthew Kluzak for his handball to his brother. It was very clever. Look at this, he crumbs it well, and he went back inside the corridor, which was the dangerous zone, and he did that well. Chris's kick was fine, it got it up there quickly, but look at this, this is hanging on for mine, but he's so clever. Graham's got hold of him, and he still manages to hold off the 2 defenders and get his boot to it. So that's just a very, very good player in Brett Burton.
Brett Burton, you'll see with the brace on his knee there. They have to wear that, I believe, early. I talked to Sean Wren about that. I think you have to do it till you get your confidence back. A great goal to the Eagles. That's the first one of the day. Out of the centre again. Good conditions, Adelaide. A bit breezy, but good for this game. The Eagles try to get the reflex handball out. Can't. Healy, a scrubby-looking kick, but it carries over half forward. On the ground there, Lockwood couldn't get it. Gallagher doing well. Gets it away, the running Hollands. Good tackle. Holland there couldn't get it clear. Good tackling again. Comes to Chris Gowans. He's over the ball. Hard there. Tackled by Floriani. They're all holding it up. The umpire says he can't get it out there. Bounce down in between centre wing and half forward flank. Outer side of the Adelaide Oval.
They're just got to keep that ball in the area like they are, Centrals, but then the results will come if you keep fighting hard.
Plenty of practice thus far for the umpires at bouncing the ball. And Hollands breaks out. Quick hand pass. Oh, smash. He's good. Taken straight away. Colville gets it forward. And, well, that hand pass was very loose. It went straight to McGowan for Central. Now to Bowen Lockwood. 2-on-1. Lockwood, though, has possession. Turns it over immediately. Picked up by Darren Holland. He'll take it out of the defensive area for Centrals. On the wing, he's got Floriani. And he just holds up play. 12 minutes gone. And the Eagles lead it by a goal. Floriani just waiting for his options. They're all basically covered, so he just drives long. Lindsay's looking for it. The punch comes down. And Centrals, well, McGowan seems to be on the end of everything at the moment. Inside to Gowans. He looks up forward. Dummies. Now he comes around and drives long inside. But he's going to miss. Bounce! Oh! Unbelievable bounce. And it's a goal for Central District. Chris Gowans. It looked like a hit and hope, and in the end, it was very hopeful.
Well, he saw an open square and he just drove his legs hard at it and kicked it long, and he got a beautiful, perfect bounce. You just watch the way it hits on the end of the football and bounces quickly. Now, Tape's first couple of yards probably weren't as quick as what they should have been. He then sort of realised that if I don't get to this, it could bounce through, and it did exactly that. But good work in there by Ricky McGowan. He just keeps sitting on the back play and collecting the bag kick into the breeze as well. If you stay short, you'll make it.
Here's the new blood rule, and they'll send him off to the other side of the ground. The nearest point there, have a look at that. Got to be sent off the other side of the ground, and the interchange player will come in from here just below us on grandstand side.
So that's Simon Arnott coming from the ground with the blood rule.
That new rule, fellas, just enacted it in round 3, so only last week. Umpire escorts the player off to the nearest point of the boundary line and then signals to the interchange steward to allow the replacement player to come onto the ground.
Players David Lillico coming on, Arnott off.
Doing a great 200 at the moment. And he's just cut in a bit too. He's just trying to cut some of the distance down as he comes around to have that blood. cleaned up. Ball back in the middle, meanwhile, and it's been bounced down, and Beveridge takes it on the left leg, coming out of the centre square, looking for Kluzak, and that'll be paid. Worked his body in there. So Matthew Kluzak will look for his brother on the lead, drives it up there into the breeze from behind Burton. Who else? What a fly, Brett Burton.
He's back.
When that leg's better, he'll be standing up twice as high as that.
Yeah, strong hands. Umpire didn't allow that play on. It would have been an open goal and easy one for Kluzak. Just another look at this mark.
That's a good grab, isn't it?
So here he's lining up, just from a slight angle, and no problems with that one, I wouldn't have thought. Straight over the goal umpire's head. And another one for the Eagles. They move along to 2-3-15. They lead it by a goal. Central 1-3-9.
Just a perfect scenario for Brett Burton here, because as the ball holds up, Kluzak is the full forward. He's got Geister's arm across him here. And he'll just take the body weight of Geister and allow what is a launching pad for Burton over the top. So if that can continue today, the Eagles will be happy with that.
The Eagles lead by a goal. 15 minutes into the first quarter. 2-3 the Eagles, 1-3 Centrals. The Eagles going against it, slight breeze it looks there. Gets it away, McGowan. He's been good early in this game. Bounces awkwardly there for Bowen Lockwood. He can't get it. Good handball away, Bello, but it's knocked away. That Eagles defence very tight. McGowan's got it. Bello on the end of the handball. Back to Lockwood. Lockwood goes long over the 50-metre line. Who can grab it down there? Knocked away by Hall. Is good play by the Eagles. Out of play. Good defence. Throw in right forward pocket. Northern end for Centrals.
Very experienced defender, isn't he, Hall? And that ball's going to carry a fair bit. He's just going to push his opponent underneath it, and then he's going to thump it out of bounds. He did it perfectly on that occasion. McGowan,
11 possessions. Is that right already? 11 possessions. 15-minute mark of the first quarter for the Dogs. There's the ball out of play. Slade can't get it. Another throw in that right forward pocket. Protected by the Bradman stand there. The Dogs need a goal. But a good start to this game. Centrals trailing. Now 1-3. The Eagles 2-3.
Michael Parsons, didn't look like there was a lot of blood on Simon Arnott's leg either.
A speck, I think, is the best description.
So a ball inside attacking 50 for Centrals, and the umpires adjudicate another bounce is needed. And so we have a look, lots of covering on that leg, but as Michael said, only a speck of blood.
Yeah, not much blood, plenty of breeze though. The Eagles are doing particularly well because there is a 3 or 4 goal breeze blowing, and they're still holding the advantage on the scoreboard.
So Tony Day puts the ball down. Good hand pass out of the pack, but McGowan, who's already had it a few times, double-figure times, just can't manage to take control. So we have a look, just that breeze blowing to the right of screen when we look at the play, favouring the Bradman stand end of the ground. The umpire puts the ball into the turf again, and Lindsay, I think, got the better of that. Now it's McCarthy, just handballs forward over the head. Prescott was underneath and opposed to Healy. Eventually scramble forward, lots of scrappy play at the moment. McCarthy, good hand pass out, gives it to Colville, whose kick wasn't the best. It was just hit as he kicked it. And they fight for it on the ground again, and the umpire will have the ball again.
Just one of those days, fellas. I know you're saying the breeze is strong down towards the Central's end, but it's sometimes in a game of football you can run the ball up better, and it's not as easy with the breeze. So I wouldn't judge the scoreboard just yet. Let's have a look at the first half before we...
Simon Arnott back on.
Good comment by Tim Ginnivan. Yeah, it gets very swirly here at Adelaide Oval at times, and you've certainly got to think about what you're doing. The wind will never win a game for you. You've got to really work it out. And these two, both good tackling sides. The Eagles a little bit better at this stage. They lead 15 points to 9. The 16-minute mark of this first quarter. Throw-in goes to the back of the pack. Bello can't get it clear from there. He's held, and the ball's held to him. Another bounce down.
Again, speaking with Ronnie Fuller just before the start of play, he was looking for a little more space. He felt that the Eagles, the Central team were very good in close. He wanted his midfielders to just find a bit of space, but it's not working that way at the moment. But again, they still have that scoreboard advantage.
That's Bello looking in for McCardle on the lead. No luck, over the back. Ball again, scrappy, in dispute. Hand passed out to McGowan. McGowan takes position. They get it back inside 50 now, and it's a high ball, and it's just asking for Gowan's coming over the top. No luck. Now it's on the ground yet again forcing her across there. The Central's players doing their best. Slade, I think it was, got the handball out to Gowans. Off the side of the boot, dragged down, just went to kick it. Beveridge cleans up and he'll clear defensively for the Eagles to the far side of the ground. That's Kluzak over there. Takes a strong, strong mark. Carried across the line eventually by McKinnon, but Matthew Kluzak will go back and take the kick. And he hasn't got a hell of a lot to aim for, so he just goes long into centre half forward. Coming from behind was Arnold, off his chest, dropped to the ground. McClure's over it. So's Brian Hereda there. He was number 19 for Central District. Another bounce.
Good matchup that, I think, McKinnon and Kluzak. It's going to be an interesting duel. They're both sort of similar experienced players, and McKinnon does like to run, but if Kluzak's having the better of him in the air, then he might just stay put.
You're on ABC Sport. It's Anzac Day at the Adelaide Oval. The Eagles have got the ball now. The umpire's picked out a free kick. It looked like a throw, and it'll go the way of McGowan. He's BOG by a mile early in this game.
Had a lot of touches, hasn't he? And just played the back part beautifully. And with the breeze holding it up, he's just going to read it so well, Ricky McGowan. He sets up the play. He's a good, very good distributor of the football as well.
See what he can do with this one. Outer side of the ground. Good crowd at the Adelaide Oval for this grand final replay of last year. The Dogs won their first premiership. There's the kick long into the half-forward line. Pushing, shoving out there. Goes to the back of the pack. Good handball away by Slade. The runners are there. Chris Gowans gets it away. Stevens also in there. He can't pick it up. Holland does well. Good handball. Finds Floriani. Got players short. Go wide to the outer side of the ground. It's there. And a good mark taken there by Chapman.
And that was a 25-metre penalty. It was, he knew that if they had to play it on quickly, there was men running down. So a professional free kick, as they say.
Chapman now for the Eagles. Goes long. Against that breeze, holding up there. Bello up in front, couldn't mark. Knocked away from that player. Plenty of players there. The handball goes wide. Floriani's good. Gets it away. The running McClure. Jeffries it was. He goes long for the Eagles. Over half forward. The Flyers are there. Oh, Geister, good knock away from behind. Taken by McClure. Gets it away to Burton. Is he going for number 3? No, he kicks it. He centres it. Who's there? No one but Colville. He pushes Hopwood away. Good tackling there in the right forward pocket. The umpire comes in and says, no, they can't get it out. Bounce down. 30 metres out from the Eagles' goal.
Well, that was a superb tackle in the end by Tyson Hay. Wrapped him up, brought him to ground because let him get through and he had an open goal.
I tell you what, there's been good tackling in this game. The Eagles another chance to score. They're 2-3. Central's 1-3. 21-minute mark of this first quarter. Tough game of football. Kicked away by Bello. What can he do for the Dogs? Goes, kicks it defensively towards the line. It's out of play. Throw in. Big game for these two. I agree. There's no revenge in this, especially from Centrals or the Eagles. They mentioned that through the week. But they'd certainly want to win this. There's the old diggers out there. There's plenty of it here at the Adelaide Oval. What a day it is for them on Anzac Day. There's the kick for the Eagles from Lindsay. Goes into the goal square. Where's Burton? He's not there. It's down to the front and they're away from there. Good play, good defensive play. Gets it out with a long kick into the half-forward line. Holland there. Great mark. Running mark for the Eagles. Going with the play. He's grabbed it.
Holland squares it up. He's got Prescott in the middle of the ground. He's got a couple of short options again, and he elects to go to Gallagher. Seems to change his number every week, I must say.
At least he's got that hair.
Easy to fix. So Gallagher.
Jason Earl replaces Chapman.
Jason Earl going to have his first run as the ball comes down. Great mark, strong mark in front. Big Lindsay pulls it down, and he'll go back and just assess what's up forward of him.
His last kick, Neil, was quite a penetrating one, and he's good leg. He should land it in the square, and this is where they should set up for Burton to come over the back.
And he pops it high, up in the air. Burton is at the back, trying to get a run at it. No such luck. Comes to the front of the pack, and Central's managed to clear it. That was Michael Stevens, cleared it wide. Not out of defensive area yet. Fumbling over the ball. Jeffries, well, he tapped it out. It was allowed by the umpire, and it's back inside 50 and marked by Michael Manfield. Oh, there was a bit of Matthew Manfield, I should say. That's a bit of luck in the end, Tim.
Good work by Jeffries. Just kept the ball in front of him. Looked like he was fumbling, and in the end, he just got a little tap on and allowed the ball to get up to Manfield. He should be able to score. Whether he can score accurately, we'll wait and see.
So he's lining it up on what amounts to about a 45-degree angle. Fourth goal for the Eagles, and he's kicked it. That's not a bad effort from there. And the Eagles fans very happy. Manfield adds the Eagles' fourth of the day. third of the day. I'll get it right. 3-3-21. Hard to see the scoreboard from where I am. That's the excuse I'm using.
That's the way, Neil. But look, good effort here by Jeffries. As I said, he just get the ball in. Nice little tap. Quick snap around the body. Forwards in front. That's what you want as a coach. And that was a good kick by Manfield. It is an excellent quarter so far for the Eagles. As I said, let's not judge that breeze, too harshly just yet, because you can run it up into it better. But Central Districts would still be concerned with their first quarter.
Back in the centre, the Eagles through the big fella Lindsay, try to get it out of there. They're playing well, the Eagles, going against the breeze in this first quarter, have started very well.
You'll see that Lindsay's up against Lucas Cowans now. He's on to replace Damien Arnold, who's sitting on the bench. Lovely mark from John McCarthy. But Damien Arnold for the Centrals is sitting on the bench with a cork thigh, just giving a little bit of attention. He will return.
Floriani's got it into the centre. There's those runners again. Good kick away. Finds Jason Earl there in the centre of the Adelaide Oval. Earl now looking down forward. Big pack of players in there. They want to get it quickly down to Burton. It's about centre half forward. They fly there. A Raider up in front. He couldn't get it. Hopwood also there. Comes down to the back of the pack. Plenty of players. It's a very tough game. They're hard there at centre half forward for the Eagles. They can't get it out. There'll be a bounce down.
I really like that Jason Earl as a player. He's only played a few games. He just gets in and under and he gets a lot of possessions and quick kicks. And if you're forward in front, then you can really take advantage of that.
Lindsay's done a good job in the ruck. Look at that pack of players around. There's about 20 players at centre half forward for the Eagles. Big players will need to get up here, try to knock it away. They can't do so. Goes to the bottom of the pack. There'll be another ball up in the ruck there for Central's. Battling hard was Lucas Cowan, the Numurkah from Numurkah in Victoria, one of their recruits this season.
Looks a big, strong boy, doesn't he, Tim?
He does. He'd want to get in front of Lindsay, though, because he's got that height advantage.
Well, Lindsay just knocks it down to McClure. Oh, he spins and turns and gets out of there and then just can't get foot to ball. The Eagles still with it. Manfield kicks it inside the 50, attacking again. Pluzak was over it and McKinnon swiped the big left paw across it and got it out of the defensive area. Floriani picks it up, tried to beat the tackle, was taken down, didn't matter. The Eagles in possession again. Jeffries, well, he's caught. Surely that's gone. Stevens will take possession for Central's. Good tackle.
The umpires have allowed it to play on a fair bit today, but that one was blatantly holding the ball and a great tackle.
Clears well, not the best of kicks. Floriani went to ground, no free kicks. Slade takes the ball, handballs it straight to Gallagher. It'll come back for a free kick to Matthew Slade. The Centrals chance to go forward, score a goal late in this quarter.
He started well, Slade. He's done a lot of hard work in there. Should get rewarded.
It's a long kick, but look at that Eagles defence tape. A bit more of a quiet one last week. Oh, what's going on here? Another 15 metre, 15, 25. What's he doing? 25 metre penalty.
Count it up, Gaz.
Yeah, all these 25s and 50s, but didn't look to be much in it. But tape goes long to the outer side of the ground for the Eagles. Who's there? Drop shot. It looks like young Slade again has grabbed it for the Dogs. Outer side of the ground. Gets the handball away to Bello. That's a better kick. 50 metres into the half-forward line. Knocked away from McArdle. This Eagles defence, though, is terrific. Beveridge has got it. He's got players back him. Oh, he back turns. Is that holding the ball? A trip. It's play allowed to go on. Kick off intelligent by McGowan. Back to McGowan. He's onto the left foot. High over the 50 metre line. The Flyers are all there. But Lindsay, great grab in centre half back for the Eagles.
Well, he started well, hasn't he? I'll tell you what, the Eagles will be looking for him to really just settle down into the lineup. And this is the second time I've seen him, and he's playing much better football.
Almost 28 minutes gone as the Eagles run it down the far side of the ground. See there the margin. 21 plays 9, 12 points the difference. Earl out to Gallagher, takes on his man, just too quick for Slade, takes his time and then pops it way up in the air. McKinnon will come across. It wasn't McKinnon, I think it might have been, who's that in the end? Hay. Tyson Hay taking the mark on the left leg. He goes to the far side of the ground. He's got a runner out there. And the siren goes to end the quarter. So that margin stays at 12 points. The Eagles 3-3-21, Central District 1-3-9.
Well, that's an excellent first quarter by the Eagles. They really did launch themselves into it with hard tackling, a good midfield, running the ball up into a tough breeze. But Centrals didn't use the breeze correctly. They should have had more blokes up towards the centre half forward area, perhaps leaving one player down there one-on-one. And just having a lot of players coming in and crumb with a long kick, but they seemed to crowd it. They didn't bring the ball in well into that forward line, and it just played into the Eagles' defensive hands. And I thought they played very well, but now it's Central's turn to regroup here and just make sure they have an excellent a second quarter, as did the Eagles.
So on Anzac Day 2001, the grand final rematch. The Eagles lead it at quarter time, 3-3-21. Central District 139.
Start of the second quarter, the Eagles lead by 12 points. And how's this? Rick McGowan has now had almost a quarter of Central's possessions. He's had 15 out of 64 for the Dogs. Start of the second quarter, bounce down on Anzac Day. ABC Sport, there it is. Out there, Stevens tries to get a little kick away. Beveridge over the ball, pushed in the back, doesn't get the free kick. Another bounce down right in the centre of Adelaide Oval. Really good game so far. The Eagles are on their game though. Their tackling's great. They've really kept it in tight, and then with those good forwards down there, they deserve their 12-point lead at quarter time. Bounce down. Good conditions for footy on Anzac Day. There's the knockaway. Floriani knocks up getting kicks, this bloke. Goes long into the half-forward line. McKinnon there with a chance. One hand out. Can't do it. Matthew Kluzak's got it. Well done to Tobias. He kicks into that slot. Centre half forward. They come out. Geister. Good thump away. But here's where the Eagles are leading. They've got 2-3 players there. Over the ball is that young player Earl, gets it away to McClure. He's got a player wide, goes that way. It's in the direction of Prescott. Knocked away by Healy. Prescott does well, keeps in front. It's out of play. Throw in left half forward flank, outer side of the ground for the Eagles.
What I'd like to see the Eagles do here, and Lindsay's going to take the tap, is anything near the 50-metre line, is just to bring it back into the corridor and have somebody hitting through there so they don't fall in the same trap as Central's did.
Well, he doesn't quite do that. And so Central's bring it away. Well, turnover there. McClure's on the end of the hand pass. Outside 50, drives it in long, looking for the lead of Kluzak. Ball punched away. Looked like he might have been held, but it didn't matter. Umpire lets it go on. Good bump there from Manfield. Then he turned it over as he tried to hand pass. Finally on the ground. And the umpires will call a halt. Thank you very much.
Well, Tim, the Eagles have got to get, the Centrals have got to get more desperate. I think the Eagles are outplaying them in that department. If they're going to make something of this game, whether the coach is yelling at them or not, they've got to be more desperate.
He's absolutely spot on there, Gary. He's really got to commit himself and get inside the body and get inside the Eagles players, because they're not winning the first footy. The Eagles are.
Well, they've done well. They've won the footy here. McClure just jams it on the boot. Oh, and Kluzak in front does the best thing possible. Takes a mark. Just a few metres out, and a chance to kick the fourth goal of the match for the Eagles.
That's an excellent piece of work there by Chris Kluzak. Just got to play in front, and when those quick kicks come out, if you're there, you've got every opportunity.
So head over the ball. You wouldn't think he'd have too many difficulties with this. He's no more than about 15 metres from goal, maybe 20 by the time he kicks. Kicks through it. Umpire moves hardly at all. Straight over his head at goal. Eagles move along. 4-3-27. Central District 139.
Well, that's a great start for the Eagles. That's exactly what Ronnie Fuller would have wanted. He said, look, we've had a great first term. We've outscored them into the breeze. Now it's important that we start well in the second term with the breeze. And this is great work. McClure just keeps at it and at it. I love him as a player. He's just got his head over the football. Him and little James Earl pushing it forward, and Kluzak in front, doing the right thing as a forward and finishing off.
Comment from Tim Ginniver on ABC Sport. Yes, the Eagles really playing. They reckon there's no revenge, not but. There's the kick away. Goes long by Stevens into the half-forward line. Up in front. That's better by Lockwood. Gets it away to McGowan. That's better running play. Over to James Gowans. 35 out. He goes towards goal. It's offline. It's missed. But a better attacking move by the Dogs. They go along to 1-4, trailing the Eagles 4-3.
Just early on in a quarter, if you can nail one of them goals and you're down, it can lift the whole team. And I just reckon that was an important one. I just reckon they had to get that one through to say, okay, now we can reset and start to try and outscore this mob into the second term.
So the margin 17 points. Ball back into play. Strong. Lindsay from behind. Umpire said no, you didn't grab it. And as a result, he turns it over. Picked up by Lockwood. Couple of quick hand passes. Gowans. Then across it came to number 37. Waltzing into goal. Yes! Sibanala. Well, he missed it. Eve Sibanala, who kicked 4 the other week against North Adelaide.
They call him evil.
We have another quick look at that mark, or was it?
Well, it was a mark for mine. I reckon he just had way too much of that.
Always got to pay him, don't you?
I think it was his. And but I'll give young Sibanella the benefit of the doubt, being early in his career.
Well done. No, get into him, Tim. I think he should have kicked that.
Well, he should have, but I'm going to give him the benefit of the doubt.
Beveridge goes wide to the outer side of the ground. McCarthy's got it, wheels into the centre. Have a look at the kick, 55 metres in the slot. Chris Kluzak out there. They're battling well there. Handball inboard again. That's what the Dogs need. That's a bad handball. Comes away. McKinnon's got it onto the left foot. Goes wide. It's near the line. Centre wing and runs out of play. Throw in.
Well, unfortunately, that's 2 open goals that Centrals have missed, and that would have got them right back into the game, and certainly with a bit of momentum. So they may rue those 2 misses later on in the game.
I think they will. Lindsay, good play away to Floriani. Yep, it's the old Centrals, not the new one with that one, but that's a good mark. That's good defensive mark in front by Geister. He gets the handball away. McKinnon down there, nowhere to go. He's under a lot of pressure. Got it now, finds a handball's on. Goes to Hopwood. He's got it in the centre for the Dogs. Holds up in the breeze. Where's the Flyers? Arnott high from behind. Couldn't get it. Comes down to Healy. He's got a chance. Needs to grab it. If he can, they're in. Healy's got it. Beautiful kick. It's in the slot down through half forward. But in the way is Tape. He's tackled but not in possession. Tape's got it. Free kick to Tape in the back pocket for the Eagles.
Play on was a call that should have been made there by my good friend Kevin Chambers, the umpire.
Stevens comes from behind, knocks it away. The Gowans boys combine, and Chris goes for goal, and just short. Hall, who's worked very, very well at the back there with his running mate in Tape, and he chips it wide there as we just have a look. Goal umpire Cam. Pretty obvious decision, that one. Pulled it up a metre inside the line. Yep. Floriani's just taking his time.
Centrals have got a bit of a problem with Lindsay now on Cowans. He's just a little bit too big. He started to influence the play.
He hasn't taken over in the ruck at the moment as Jamie Tape comes along this grandstand side with a big long kick, and in the middle of that pack was Lindsay. Beveridge, well, he dodges, gets around, finally gets a hand pass out. It doesn't work. McKinnon ends up on the end of it. It drives Centrals back into attack. Ball over the back. Lockwood brushes one aside, then gives up a hand pass. Floriani did well, pulled his opponent down. Lockwood picks it up again. This time McGowan slots a goal! Lovely work from McGowan, backing up all the way through, and he slots one off his left foot. And Centrals badly needed that one.
Well, that was an absolutely vital goal, wasn't it, for Centrals? And it took one of their most experienced players to do it and show the way, and that's good leadership by Ricky McGowan. You just felt that they were working so hard, and you know, you have 2 or 3 attempts, you don't score, the opposition goes down and gets a goal. It's just heartbreaking. So that's a great effort by Centrals just to keep persisting, and Rick McGowan to finish it off.
He's had a good game. That was a good goal, running in there. He's done well. McGowan did well last year's final, so going back in defence as a defender, but always willing to take the chance and attack. Bounce down, centre of the Adelaide Oval in the second quarter. Bello, they've lifted a bit, the Dogs. They needed to do it. There's the kick against the breeze, coming out to centre wing. Bounces awkwardly for Lockwood there. With him McCarthy. McGowan again, tries to get the ball, does it, traps it, can't get it clear, goes back over it. Oh, Floriani, good hands, over to McClure, one of the best for the Eagles. Half forward, it's over the back, coming out Geister, strength, goes through, caught, knocked away. McKinnon with a chance at half back, he's got it, he's under pressure, gets it away, good handball. They did well there in defence. It's out and cleared wide, and that's good play. Comes out wide here to Cowan. He's long, centre wing, the Flyers are all there, but up in front, Beveridge has taken a good grab.
Oh, that was just, oh, I tell you what, he's lucky that didn't get turned over then, Lindsay. He just ran straight through Gowans, and you just got to be careful with your show of strength here.
And why did the umpire just talk to him and do nothing about it?
You wonder about that, don't you?
He took the 25 metres away from them. He awarded the 25 metre to the advantage of the Eagles, and then with Lindsay's action, he cancelled it.
Thank you, Michael.
So the ball in dispute around the centre half forward area. A couple of players over it, finally flipped out the back. Centrals take control, get it down to half forward, punched away there, and coming through is Darren Holland. Here's the speedster, off the left leg, short, and well, he didn't really get it where he wanted to. Prescott picked it up, just handballed it forward over the head without really looking, and eventually it's out of bounds on the far side of the ground. 10 points the difference, and we're almost 10 minutes into the second quarter. Down to the bench, Michael.
Yes, and you can just see the Eagles players there ready to come on. Greg Chapman, Brett O'Hara and Scott Matthews. And just on that handball we saw just a moment ago, just knocking it forward. Clear instruction from Ron Fuller. When the ball's in dispute, just bang it forward.
Marco Bello just gets it forward. Gets it onto one of the Gowans boys, drives it up there, and, well, that's a very brave mark. He didn't know what was coming, John McCarthy, and he went back and took the chest mark. Then he goes wide. Got a couple of runners. That's Earl who's taken the mark, and he just turns around and just drives it long. He's looking for anybody who can pull it down, basically. It's fairly crowded over there. Inside to Hopwood now for Centrals. They take control. McGowan straight across onto this side of the ground. He's got a loose player in Michael Stevens. Stevens, though, held up. Now he goes short. Lockwood, well, he's beaten by the older man. Now he gets over the ball. Hand passes it up. The captain, Colville, on the ground. Now it's McCarthy just knocking it away for the Eagles. Gowans picks it up. He's quickly tackled. Ball back inside. Good hand pass by McClure. And the Eagles go into attack again, leading out and taking the mark. No, dropped what he probably should have taken, Kluzak. And now the play opens up for Centrals on the far side of the ground. It's Bello going inside half forward, and he finds James Gowans.
Oh,
the
free
mark.
kick, is it? No.
So Gowans, James, goes inside to Bello again. He's hit from behind after he took the mark. So Marco Bello, he'll go back and have a crack at it.
I think it would just be out of his distance, I reckon.
Well, he's not a bad kick. He's not a bad kick, this bloke. I think Genevieve is such a good judge. If I'm going to go against him, Bello can kick this.
Okay.
I think that's hope.
The wind's just dropped off a fraction for his kick too.
He can kick it. Stay with him. Marco Bello, they need a goal. He's got a long leg. Oh, it's a long leg, but he put that way offline, out of bounds on the full. Oh.
Certainly distance wasn't a problem, Gary, but accuracy was far from it. But just that mark right down at centre-half back where Kluzak dropped it, just his teammate Beveridge just showing a bit of courage running the other way, just put him off at the last minute.
The Eagles lead, 11-minute mark of the second quarter. They're 4-3, Central's 2-5. The Eagles are playing better. Tape's got it. They go short in defence. There it is again, but he's a good young player. Jason Earl's grabbed it in the back pocket. Earl now for the Eagles. There they'll play that short game. Go to Holland. He's got it on half-back line, grandstand side of the Adelaide Oval.
Scott Matthews on the ground for the Eagles. Just Stevens Prescott's coming off the wing for a rest.
Holland now from the back pocket for the Eagles. Been a good player, especially recently. Runs. Up there to Lindsay. Goes back to McCarthy. He can't get it. Good handball away. Finds the little fella and Stevens in the end. That come from Lockwood. It goes into the half-forward line. Coming through hard. The Dogs are there. Gowans got it. Tackled hard. Also Colville. McCarthy comes away to Lockwood. He's got it. What can he do? Gets the handball away. Chris Gowans over to McCardle. He's been quiet. Goes to Bello. Have another go, lad. He tried to hold that back. It bounces awkwardly in there, into the forward pocket. Sibonala there with a chance. It's out of play. Right in front of the scoreboard. Anzac Day, a throw in.
Well, with this being so close to the Central's goal, if they can get a sneaky little kick away and get a sneaky little goal, it just gets them right back in the game, and they can say, hey, it's not that hard to kick into this breeze, and it's very easy to run it up if you're sensible.
So a couple of players went against Lindsay there, and still the Eagles managed to come away. It's Gallagher. He looks towards the wing, and Manfield strongly up, couldn't pull down the ball. Doesn't matter, the Eagles look like they'll get possession anyway. Manfield just towing the ball forward. Falls to Hopwood, best and fairest last year for Central District. In a premiership year, that's a big one to put on your plate. Now the chip back to Michael Stevens in the centre of the ground. He's called to play on, drives it up forward, and Sibonala almost pulls down the mark. Darren Holland takes it. Holland on the right leg, kicks it wide. He's got a player running for him, but the ball bounces the wrong way.
Just that one with Sibonala then. He's done everything right as a young fella there. Got rid of Hall, which isn't easy to do. Turned around, he didn't make it stick. Just keep working on your hands at training and make sure they stick.
Throw in on grandstand side. The Dogs need a goal. They trail in the second quarter. On ABC Sport, Anzac Day. James Gowans there, one of the Gowans twins. Good players they've been for the Dogs. Gets it away. Michael Stevens blocked off the boot to Bias. That's a good take. Back to Stevens. Under a lot of pressure there. Earl's got it. Over to Colville. He goes short. Who's in front? The Eagles playing in front. Should have got a free kick. Didn't do so. Comes away. They try to kick it off the ground. The Dogs through Hay. Tackling McClure. He can't get it out of there. Does so now. The umpire's letting it go. Bounce down. Right in front of our commentary position. Grandstand side, centre wing.
Well, it's a good Anzac Day clash, isn't it? Just tackle after tackle, just bringing players to the ground. No easy possessions out there at the moment.
They're 27 points. The Eagles play the Dogs 17 points. A 10-point lead by the Eagles. And we're 14 minutes into the second quarter. The knock away. DeBias has done well. He gets the handball away. Good by Kluzak. Gets it to McClure. Oh, he saw him. Gets it away to Jeffries. He goes long. Have a look at the kick. Long, long, long. What a great goal. The Eagles down there to the Torrens end of the Adelaide Oval. Oh, that was a terrific goal. The Eagles, what a goal. 5-3, Central's 2-5.
Well, that was all McClure for me again. He just keeps working so hard on the wing position here, pushing the ball forward. Matthew Kluzak's such a special player, but that was great hands there. And Jeffries, he is an exceptional kick. Had a couple of seasons at North Adelaide before spending a year at Wallaroo last year, playing the premierships, come back to SNFL footy, and that's why, because he's just too classy for that football just yet.
Yeah, it's just the one goal to Mark Jeffries so far, and the ball back in the centre of the ground, tapped down by Lindsay again. He has really dominated that area of play, and well, there's a hand pass in there that was deemed a throw. So Centrals will take possession, and the Eagles flooding back into defence. The ball kicked long, and at centre half forward is Manfield, and Bowen Lockwood manages to get a hand pass. Now over the ball is Beveridge for the Eagles. In dispute, umpire calls for it. It's much the same way as the grand final win, Tim, a fairly low scoring and difficult conditions.
It was, wasn't it? But again, both sides played reasonably well into the breeze that day, and at the moment, the Eagles are getting some important ones with it.
Lindsay's getting some important touches too. He's dominating that ruck work at the moment. Floriani was over it. Now it's Chris Gowans, takes possession and immediately is set on. And he goes back again, butters up, and they get the ball forward. Fairly loosely though, turn it over. Beveridge kicks to the grandstand wing, further up the wing. Looked like Kluzak had a hold of McKinnon. In the end, Kluzak takes possession, back to Colville, assesses quickly and then just boots it up forward. Herrera leads, should have probably taken that one. Geister makes sure that he cleans up, and then it's cleared by Tyson Hay. Down to the half-forward line now for Central. Hall, he's in control there, and there's his running mate, immediately supporting him. Jamie Tate just puts it over the line, cleans it up, let's start again. 16 points the lead for the Eagles, and almost 17 minutes into the second term.
Hey guys, I'd just like to check with Michael Parsons about Arnold and see if he's okay to come back on the ground, because I just reckon he should be back on the ground start of the quarter.
Good comment, Tim. They're getting killed in there. Big Lindsay is really playing a game today. He knocks it away on this occasion. Out of play, centre wing on the outer side.
Yes, we'll wander up and see how Damien Arnold is getting along. He was getting treatment for a cork thigh, but no doubt it's a little worse than we first thought, and he's been sitting down for quite some time now.
See McCardle now in the ruck for the Dogs. He'll try to get some jump, but look at Lindsay making front position. McCardle gets the thump away on this occasion, goes towards Floriani. He can't keep it in play. Throw in on the outer side once more. We've had 17 minutes into this second quarter, but it's all the Eagles. They look ominously good to me. The Dogs have got some work to do. This big fella making a difference out there. They try to push it through there. Holland gets that one for a trip. Umpire a fair way away. An accidental trip, I would say, but it's been paid on the half-back line for the Eagles. They'll go into the centre. Tape's lurking there. He'll get the handball away. They run again. Taken by Jeffries. He comes wide. Beveridge will be on the end of this at centre wing. Too far out to score, but he'll bang it long into the half-forward line. The Flyers are there. Comes down to the front of the pack. They handball out. Oh, good play by McCarthy. Strong play. Tries to bullet through. Can't get it. Colville. He goes short. Is it well placed? The player didn't move in there. Earl in there with a chance. They try to kick it out wide. Then they can't do so. Plenty of players battling for the ball. It's on. The ground's falling ball. It is. He didn't get it out. Hopwood's been pinged. And it's within scoring distance. 40 metres from goal for the Eagles.
Yeah, just watch here. You'll see on the replay. It's pretty good work by Burton there too, just to hold it in, and the umpire just said, "You're gone, son."
He'd been a magician to get it out.
How would he get that? But they do say, the umpires, you've got to make the attempt. That's it. Even if you try to thump it, they won't ping you.
Just notice O'Hara coming onto the ground for another run. Lindsay taking a rest, and Burton slotting the ball through for the Eagles. Sixth goal, 6-3-39. Central District 2-5-17. Handy break, Tim.
Very handy, and they've just run the ball up better with the breeze. We're talking about it in the first term, how you can get sucked in on the Adelaide Oval to go wide. They've got very deep square pockets, but the Eagles have straightened up and come down the middle when it's into their centre half forward zone. And this is, well, probably fortunate for the Eagles, but good, clever work by Brett Burton. It was so smart just to hold that ball into his chest and allow the umpire on the blind side to pay the free kick. And that's his third goal, and just shows you how much value he is to the side.
Gentlemen, you noticed O'Hara, the long and lean Brett O'Hara coming on. Coach for Central District, Alec Clarkson, has recognised that. And Damien Arnold is now back on his feet. He'll come on to see if they can get some ascendancy in that rucking division.
Well, they'll certainly kneel that, but here go the Eagles again. Colville long to the goal square. Pushing, shoving, there's a push. It's no goal. It's a push to the man in front. Centrals have got a free kick through Arata there, but McCarthy saying, no, I didn't touch him up. But he did go forward.
Well, the umpire's a lot closer than us, and that looks like in the back of the
He didn't touch him except for the two hands in the back.
The Raider now from the last line of defence for the Dogs. They need a goal. Comes wide. Out there looking for Arnold. He's on the ground. Can't mark. It's out of play. Half forward line for the Eagles. There'll be a throw in.
That last free kick given against John McCarthy, he's now taken up residence in the forward pocket. He was suffering from a migraine at quarter time and spent some time talking to the doctor, so maybe that is influencing his position on the field.
Arnold up in front. They try to get away through Hopwood. Good handball goes in to McGowan. He'll use the ball, does so. Players just standing there. Oh, the Eagles are playing well. Good grab by Beveridge on centre wing. He'll take the mark.
Interesting to see where he places this kick. Kluzak's calling it wide. He's just going to chip it up to Gallagher.
Good enough to get on the second attempt, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was lucky.
He's off. He's cheated. He's gone. Smart play, but the umpire's not going to let him go with it. Come back and kick over the mark.
Just allow the Central players now to run back and flood.
Gallagher's got a player loose. It's a lazy kick, but it finds Colville. Still on centre wing. Grandstand side, and now they're going to get a fit 25 metres jumping over the mark. You can't argue with umpire James Gowans.
Well, he was prepared to have an argument, wasn't he?
Yeah, that wrong time to do it, wasn't it? Colville, is he too far out to score? Drops it into the edge of the square. The Flyers are all there. Over the back. They battle through there, but Central's just knock it through. It's a minor score, but it's all the Eagles in this second quarter. They go to 6-4, leading Central's 2-5.
Well, it's important for Central to just keep at it. There's probably another 5 or 6 minutes left in this term, and if they can just sneak another goal or so, they need to be close at half-time because it's going to be difficult otherwise.
There's the ball, and they're trying to get it out through McGowan. The free kick's being paid to Hopwood on half-back line. Plenty of Central's players in that defensive position. Goes away to McKinnon. He's caught. Can he get away? Oh, they're playing badly, or the Eagles are playing well. Let's put it that way. Beautiful tackling. Floriano over to McClure. He goes to Colville. He's lifted his game. 50 metres from goal. The skipper's got it for the Eagles.
It's just pressure, forward line pressure, and you know there's nothing better in a side when it's functioning well that your forwards are tackling and getting the ball turned over within your 50-metre arc.
Comment from Tim Ginniver on ABC Sport as Colville will stay with him. He's on the right half forward flank, 51 metres from goal. What can the little skipper do? He puts it into the slot. It'll drop in the square. They fly in there, but it's all the Dogs, and taking the mark of defence is Damien Arnold. Gets the Dogs away. Out wide to Slade. Can he keep it in play? No, he can't. Throw in on left half forward flank for the Eagles. The Eagles 6-4, leading Central's 2-5, 22-minute mark of this second quarter.
And Gary Colville's been an influential player, but one thing I'm noticing this year, he's running forward of the play a lot more than maybe he did last year, giving himself some easier possession.
Just out of bounds again, just knocked forward quickly and just taking the defensive option. And they'd be probably happy with that. Tim, under pressure, the Eagles at the moment, or rather Central District at the moment.
Well, the Eagles forwards, as I mentioned, their pressure's been outstanding, and their midfield just pressure all over the ground, and then bringing the ball back in the corridor. It's good footy to watch.
And the ball just quickly out there, a couple of hand passes, the Central's away again. Get it down to the wing, under it, 3 or 4 players. In fact, that's probably to the disadvantage of the Eagles. They had too many. Oh, stolen! Out of the back pocket. And Beveridge goes forward for the Eagles and delivers, can make them pay. No, just over the back. Burton crash. Tackle very solidly. Now he and Hereda just testing how big each other's head is, I think. They're just trying to get a measurement on it.
Well, that was a pickpocket effort by Beveridge, wasn't it? Just stole it out of Gowan's hands and turned the ball over.
Bounced out, over the top, great tap, and Holland on the end of it, far behind. Bit of bad luck there. That was Burton using his leap.
Well, it's one of those setups that you can just have a wink at somebody and say, yeah, I'm going to hit it in that space, just run. And Hollands, once he gets moving, that's beautiful work. And just had to rush his kick, and unfortunately wasn't good enough to get through.
Tyson Hay out to McKinnon. McKinnon comes to Chris Gowans. He can't mark. throwing the weight around, but it's not working there. The Dogs have got a chance. It's wide. Gowans again. James Gowans gets the running player and Bello. He's long over the half-forward line. The Flyers are there. Siboneyla couldn't mark. It's down to the front of the pack. Holland, good handball wide. Goes to Tape. He has to come back over it. Siboneyla with a chance. They're falling over there. An Eagles player hurt behind play. Taken by Gallagher. He does beautifully out of there. To DeByes. DeByes has got it. No, he couldn't get it. This will give the Dogs a chance. It's wide. Good pick up out there by Graham. The handball's good. They run around centre wing. McGowan, he's got a player loose at half forward. Slade dropped the head. It goes behind to McArdle. Siboneyla's got it. What can he do? Handball's back. Left footer in Healy. Usually a good kick. It's long into the goal square. No, well offline. It's a minor score. The Dogs need goals. They're getting points. The Eagles lead 6-5 and Central's on 2-6.
Yeah, Daniel Healy there, as captain, you would have really liked him to slot that one. Would have just kept him in the contest just before half-time, and even now they've still got to try and sneak another one before then, because it's going to be a difficult game if the Eagles have another quarter like they did in the first.
It's Hall taking his time, isn't he? Is it sucking in the breaths?
He's played well though, Hall.
Well, they know the advantage is with them. We've also got a blood rule.
Chapman coming on. Looks like Darren Holland's coming off. The left hook that he caught just before his shot on goal has drawn blood on the mouth by the looks.
There's
Another speck.
Another speck, and just running around the boundary. Hall's taken up the option of Holland, and that is to kick the ball to himself down the wing, and good mark coming over the top. Manfield, he's been good today, strong, and he looks strong, doesn't he, Tim?
Is important to him. Probably move back into defence now.
Kicks along the flank and just knocked out of bounds, I think. Just getting a fist to it, and yep, over the boundary line. Just have a look. Oh, a bit more than a speck, Michael. It looks like there might be a little bit of blood there.
Yeah, that's a decent speck, that one. That's probably about 2 or 3 stitches worth, just on top of the left eyelid.
So ball back into play and in dispute. He spent a bit of time in this position. Now Jeffries gets a hand pass inside, out of bounds. No, back again. Quick hand pass forward, and eventually I think it might have come off a Central District boot. Umpire said no. They're certainly appealing for it. So working hard on Holland there, just trying to stem the flow. Almost 27 minutes gone. The margin out to 23 points in favour of the Eagles. The grand final rematch. Chapman over the ball, kicks it high in the air. They come from everywhere, and well,
Only
it's
one
in
bloke.
dispute.
Only one bloke wanted it.
And McGowan, he's had a lot of possessions in this first half. The Eagles, Central spread it to the far side of the ground. That's Geister on the left leg. Goes short with a chip pass, finds Arnold. And seeing nothing up ahead of him, decides to go back and have a longer kick. Maybe not. Just goes in short, just on a little lead. There's Slade. Just wait while he assesses and goes long. At this stage, they need a goal. Ball up long, punched to ground by the defenders. Eagles over the ball. Burton, he's a long way up the ground, flicks it out. Now Colville. Overlapping him came Manfield. Manfield goes into the forward 50 again. Bluzak almost got rid of his opponent. Didn't manage to do that. McCarthy did well. Finally, it's Gallagher coming out of there, and McKinnon runs him down. And holding the ball, McKinnon will take a free kick, and that's frustrating for the coach, Ron Fuller.
McKinnon gets it away. They run to Stevens. Stevens, the Dogs need a goal. What will this attack prove? Goes to Chris Gowans. He's grabbed it at half forward. Between there and centre wing, gets it back to Stevens. He's a good kick, but he's dropped the ball. They're playing pretty ordinary, the Dogs. Stevens goes now into McArdle. That's better. Good lead, lace out, and McArdle's grabbed it.
Nothing like saying they're ordinary to get them going, is it?
Turned it over beautifully, but that's the first time McArdle's got in front and had a strong lead. And an opportunity to get a much-needed goal for the Dogs just before half-time here.
It's his first mark too. God, that's right, they need more of that. McArdle, what can he do? 45 metres from goal. Need a goal. Taking plenty of time. Now this is the one Tim Ginniver says they have to kick, these important ones, and it's definitely got to be dobbed through. McArdle on the siren. Will it get there? It goes towards goal. He's kicked it. It's a goal. The umpire's going to allow it. I wonder if there's an umpire running in there blowing the whistle, but it's a goal. Central's got the one they needed. The Eagles lead at half-time, 6-5, 3-6.
Well, we're going to have the opportunity of goal umpire cam here. And Real good close-up on this. Look at that, the way it's just come inside the post.
Did a touch.
No, it missed, and a good decision and a great goal, but a most important one for Centrals. It just keeps them in touch in the contest here. Only 17 points at half-time, could have been 23, and really staring down the barrel because they're going to have such a big third term to really set an ascendancy against the Eagles here. All the Eagles very proud of their efforts if you were the coach, because they've done everything right. They've brought the ball in, they've won contests, they've tackled well. Their forward line pressure's been absolutely impressive, and I would say that they go into half-time with a lot of confidence of coming out and playing a similar third term as they did in the opening.
Half-time on ABC TV, SANFL action, match of the day. It's Anzac Day, and the Eagles lead at 6-5-41, Central District 3-6-24.
It's Anzac Day on ABC Sport, Adelaide Oval. Let's see what the second half does. Big Arnold in there, tries to get it away. Floriani always gets kicks. He's over the ball. It's pinched off him. Taken by Stevens, one of the better players for the Dogs. He gets it into the half-forward line, centre wing position. Coming over there, Beveridge. Played well for the Eagles. Gets it away to Manfield, one of the strong players for the Eagles. Gets it away to Earl. He gets a quick little kick into the half-forward line. Off hands, front of the pack. Bello in there. Tried hard for the Dogs, can't get it out, now does so. Matthew Kluzak, he's over the ball. Big pack of players, out the back, kicked away by Bello. On by McKinnon. James Gowan's got the runner there. Arnott, he goes long for the Dogs. Down to the southern end, the Flyers are there. Healy in front, can't take it. Big pack of players there. Lockwood, good handball. There's plenty of Central's players here. Healy's got it. Right footer, that's his wrong leg. He goals it! He's goaled it! That's the one the Dogs want. The first one of the second half. What a goal! The Centrals go to 5-6, trailing the Eagles 6-5.
Well, that's exactly what they would have wanted, Centrals. Just needed some life and some spark in the team, and they just kept at it in the centre of the ground. Eventually worked the ball clear to Healy, and on his wrong leg, he's such a skillful player, he slotted a much-needed goal, and a good captain's goal to start the third term. They must use this breeze intelligently this time, get results for their efforts, and really get themselves back in this game.
Yeah, Central District's completely restructured their forward setup. Sebanala is sitting down, and you can see Healy and McArdle starting side by side in the goal square.
And Bello comes flying out of the goal square, or rather the centre square, knocks it down to the goal square. Strong mark in front by Jamie Tate in defence. Michael, just ask you about the wind. It seems to have died somewhat.
It definitely has dropped off a little bit. Still significant, I'd say. A couple of goals favouring the end to which Centrals are now kicking, but definitely dropping off as the game wears on.
Under pressure, the ball high in the air. Lindsay does well, gets his hands to the ball, but it's turned over. Centrals now breaking away. Kicked off the ground by Floriani to the advantage of Beveridge. Beveridge got nobody in front of him for about 30 metres, but closing hard. Hereda comes at him and dispossesses him. Well done, Brian Hereda. Then turns it over to Beveridge, and then he's tackled and turns it over again. Well, ball in dispute finally. It comes out to Colville, working hard under the pack, gets it, pulls it back in. Hereda, he's still in there, he did well. And eventually the umpire, is he? No, he doesn't call for it because Gowans comes away. Forward hand pass, he's gone to McGowan. McGowan has the run of the ball on the left leg, delivers up forward over the head of the leading player. Then a couple more overrun it. Now's a chance for Centrals, knocked through by Manfield. 4 are behind. Well, there was some action.
Well, that's exactly it. They're alive, aren't they, Centrals now? And they're really making every impact on every possession and every contest. They're making something happen. But McArdle has to play in front. He's been behind on 2 occasions. If he doesn't get in front, he'll probably find himself sitting down with us, Gary.
Oh, Timmy Ginnivan, you should be coaching. You shouldn't be sitting here with us. Right on, lad. Right on. Comment from Timmy Ginnivan. He knows what it's all about. Good to see people who know what they're talking about. There's the kick, goes long to the outer side of the ground. McArdle up there. Nearly grabbed that one. Couldn't do so. Big pack of players bounce down. 3 minutes into the third quarter. Are the Dogs good enough to get back and win this game?
Well, they've got the opportunity here. Third term, they're with the breeze. get themselves in front and play a quarter like they did, you know, just working hard into the breeze, they can still win this game.
Arnold opposed to big Lindsay. Lindsay's done well, knocks it towards the line, it's out of play. Floriani can't keep that in play. Another throw in on the left half forward flank, outer side of the ground as the sun peeps through, but a good day for footy on Anzac Day at the Adelaide Oval.
Yes, you see Yves Sebanalo back on his feet, and he'll be, a spot will be made available for him by Bowen Lockwood coming off.
Lindsay gets it away again. It's out of play in that same position, 5 metres around, but still out of kicking distance for the Dogs, left half forward flank. This Adelaide Oval, picturesque, it looks beautiful today. The surface is good, the crowd's good, and the 2 grand finalists from last year. Big Lindsay does it well. He's killing him there in the ruck, gets it away. The runners are all there. Floriani ends up with it, goes short. Matthew Kluzak with a chance. They try to run through him. McKinnon gets the handball away. Taken there by McGowan. Gets it away to Arnott. He places it beautifully in there. Can anyone grab it? Healy with a chance. The skipper. He's tripped. He's got it. It drops out the back. McCardle's got it. Can he get it out? Comes wide, but no, it's all the Eagles. Tate gets it away. The Eagles out of trouble.
Well, they're sort of out of trouble as the ball finally out of bounds. I would have been happy with that result in the end. So you see Lockwood, who, according to Michael, head towards the boundary.
How's Lockwood's stats? They had him there for the first half. 1 kick and 10 handballs.
1 kick, 10 handballs, and heading off the ground, and that's Damien Arnold, who's also off the ground. Ball back into play, though, and quickly knocked down by Lindsay. Beveridge back to McGowan, ends up with it. Now it's Gowans. Gowans drives it back inside the 50. Leading out for the ball was McCardle, I think, and out of bounds eventually. Yeah, it's just knocked out of bounds, so we'll have a throw in. Chance to settle for the Eagles.
Well, that was a far better effort by McCardle then. He was up in front, made a really good contest of it. You just see Lockwood on the phone here, just having a word to the coach, Alistair Clarkson.
And the coach, I can hear him, he's right in front of us. He's giving him something to say.
So ball back into play, the hand pass comes out quickly, a snap on for Arnold, it's a goal! And they are in this match, don't worry about that, Central District. And they've reduced that margin back to 4 points, 5-7. Plays 6-5.
Well, that's important. That's a quick couple of goals in this turn. It's exactly what they wanted. Some hard work by the forwards, just pushing it out. Gave Arnott the opportunity to snap around his body. See, they're in the corridor too. They're keeping the ball in the corridor. That is the danger zone. And good work by Arnott to snap that goal. Obviously, Arnold's not right. He's had to come back off again. He's got that corky. And that means the Central's midfield's going to have to work even harder.
The Eagles lead by 4 points, 6 minutes into the third quarter on the Anzac Day game at the Adelaide Oval. Oh, he's done well. Lindsay gets a big thump away. Hopwood with a chance. Hangs back for it. Handball away is good. They try to get it out of there. Tackling's hard. Hopwood with a chance. Gets a little scrubby left foot kick into the centre of the ground. James Gowans with a chance there. Beaten by Gallagher. Gowans back over him. They're scrapping again now, Centrals. They're scrapping. They didn't do that as well in the first half. They're now getting into the game.
Well, that's more like it, and that's typical sort of Gowans play. Won't let that ball out of his area, just kept it in and brought Gallagher to ground.
They're going the breeze in this third quarter. The Dogs are still going, yes, to that southern end of the Adelaide Oval. Knock away. There's the wall set up. Holland, one of the best in the first half for the Eagles, has got it. Kicks it badly. It's out of bounds on the fill. I could have nearly marked that myself. And the Dogs to go back into attack.
Belied some of the skills that he showed in managing to put that ball behind his back and getting in control. So McKinnon it is with the ball, pumps it long for the Dogs and punched away by the Eagles. McClure, the first one to jump on it. There's that Tobias, gets the ball, kicks it wide to the wing. He's looking for Floriani against the bigger opponent. Doesn't matter, McCarthy picks it up. McCarthy now just pulled it to the ground as he tried to get his kick away. The Dogs get another turnover, and now they're running forward. Look out, Arnott with the ball, looking to deliver up forward, just over the head of Chris Gowans. They're still in dispute. Finally, Healy takes possession just as Darren Holland tackles him over the line. And we're going to have a quick look at Darren Holland's performance just a few moments ago.
Well, that's stuff you see at Silver Circus, isn't it? Beautiful work.
The ball's in the left forward pocket for the Dogs. Need a goal again. Oh, it's turning into a good game. You'd expect it. Last year's grand finalists. It's out. It's going towards goal. Chris Gowans has hooked one. It's going close. It's not close enough. It's missed. But it's all the Dogs at the 8-minute mark of this third quarter. They go to 5-8, trailing the Eagles 6-5. Oh, what a game of footy now.
Well, it's opened up, and you can just see Central's there again. Just bring it back into the corridor. That's the way. Good, quick hands. Give somebody an opportunity to have a snap or a shot at goal.
So set up for the Eagles again. They've pulled everybody way back in that 50 area so that they get a chance for Holland, if he wants to run himself. Instead, he goes long this time. Not very successful because Bello takes the ball, bursts onto it off the right leg. Can he kick a goal? No, he's missed everything. Well, that one would have been a real heartbreaker for the Eagles. And Holland will take possession and take another kick.
He did everything right then. Just couldn't quite finish it off. Couldn't get his boot to ball on his wrong foot, his right one.
He's been a great recruit though, Bello.
Oh, yes.
Really good.
Manfield up and takes the mark. No, Lindsay takes it to ground. The umpire says that's not a team mark. And instead the ball eventually over the line. Prescott tackled by Ricky McGowan, who I think has been carrying around his own football to this afternoon.
Yeah, he's really had the better of his opponent. Just set up a lot of plays with his hands and his foot.
Anzac Day on ABC, and you're seeing the Eagles against Central District breaking from the pack. Central's have an opportunity. That's finally come back to McCardle on the twist, gets it forward. And Holland, I don't know how he got it across the tape then. I don't think he meant that, but it sort of came off his foot. Finally, they'll get an opportunity to clear the Eagles. Cluzak just across to Colville, did well, pulled in the mark over McGowan. So Colville, chance to relieve some pressure. Eagles lead it by 3 points, 10-minute mark, third quarter. Colville, well, there's a helicopter kick, wasn't very effective at all. And Centrals now with another opportunity to go forward. Arnott gets on the end of the hand pass and a great delivery to Daniel Healy leading out. Chest mark, opportunity to give the Dogs a lead.
It was an excellent effort by the big fella Cowan. He just kept running, bulldozing the ball forward. No one was getting in his way. Got it back to Arnott because he wasn't confident with his leg. And Arnott's leg was very good to Daniel Healy. It looked really good with Healy up there. I think it's been a great move. He's such a dangerous player, and if he does get an opportunity, he's such an accurate kick.
Yeah. Blood rule.
That's the
Looks like Stephen Hall coming off.
Just around the back of the goal, Stephen Hall just running around the boundary.
That's for our viewers out there. That's changed this rule this year, and the player comes off at the nearest point of the boundary line. That's why Hall's come off right around the back there. He just went to the nearest point, and the incoming player comes on through the race.
Scott Matthews coming onto the ground. They've only got 30 seconds to perform that little feat, and as we can see, just a trickle of blood on the shin of Hall as he comes around the boundary line. The umpire blows time on, and Daniel Healy will line up to kick a goal for Centrals. Hopefully that would put them in front, and there's his shot, and he's happy with the result. Centrals in front. They hit the front by 3 points. What a quarter.
Well, this is excellent for Central Districts. We're only halfway through the term, and they're already hit the front. I was going to, if I was a Central Districts coach, I would aim for, say, 2 to 3 goals up at three-quarter time and then really set yourself a hard discipline last term. But now they've got a real opportunity to perhaps extend that lead. Kicking with a good breeze, they've used it a lot more sensible this quarter, bringing it into the corridor and keeping it open for forwards.
Yes, the 11-minute mark of this third quarter, the Dogs lead for the first time today by 3 points. 2 goals to Healy in this quarter, 1 to Arnott. They've been the big playmakers for the Dogs. Out of the centre, the Eagles need a goal. Kick off the ground is good. Goes down there by McClure. Heavy work in the forward lines. They'll need it. Good handball, doesn't hit the body. Kick off the ground, goes into the forward pocket. The umpire's calling play on it. It was touched off the boot. Throw in, right forward pocket.
And I've just had a look at Stephen Hall. He's taken a kick on the shin, and that has generated a speck of blood.
What a speck he's out there, isn't he?
Throw in the right forward pocket for the Eagles. They need a goal. They trail by 3 points. Big pack of players around there. Big Lindsay tries to take it out of the play. Can't do so. McClure also in there trying. A raider for the Dogs. In there, Jeffries over the ball. Goes down under it. They can't get it out. McClure will try hard. One of the better tryers. It's out the back now, but it's allowed the Dogs away. Chris Gowans, this is where they're so good. Goes to Arnott in the centre. What a valuable acquisition this bloke is. Don't know why he's not playing AFL footy, really. There's the long kick. Goes up to look McCardle in front, but that's where Tim wants him. He was there. Down the back to Bello. All good Rovers are there. He's tackled from behind. Gets the handball away. Prescott, though, grabs it. Handball back to McCarthy was the handball away. They get it clear. Prescott's on the end of it, and the Eagles out of trouble.
She's lucky there, the Eagles. And now they might attack the other way. Here goes Floriani. He just kicks it up. Well, plenty of defenders there. Roving the ball well was Earl. He got his hands on that particularly well. Just came through the front of the pack and will have a bounce.
Well, you've got to say that Central's tackling wasn't as impressive as the Eagles in the first half, but now it is. And the forward line pressure all the way from back here didn't give the Eagles any easy possessions and made sure that when they got the half forward, they blocked it down.
Ball down. Lindsay, as is always the case, it seems, got the first hand of the ball. McKinnon was on his right leg, which is his wrong leg, if you know what I mean. Just gets it to the boundary line. 3 points of difference. Central lead it. They've had a good third quarter. 14 minutes gone.
Look at the kids. Anzac Day kids, eh? Have a look at them. Happy as Larry.
Well, you can make all the noise you like and not get told off. It's good value.
Ball back now, thrown into play. Lindsay does his best, knocks it forward. McKinnon taking the ground, no call. McClure runs onto it. Goal coming up for the Eagles. No! Just slides across, I think. Umpire checking. Umpire having a quick word to each other, and finally they elect to say it is a behind. He's lost his hat, so I think umpire Cam may not be there. Just have another look at this one.
Well, McClure tried to do the right thing. He thumped it in. It's just gone to the right, as you can see here. There goes the hat. Well,
where's this umpire Cam? There it is, hanging.
Got a good view of his back pocket.
The other side of the ground, the big kick. The Dogs have certainly lifted, trying to get it away out wide. They can't do so. Colville with a chance there, near the line. Crowd calling for holding the ball. The umpires let it go. Bounce down, centre wing on the outer.
He's refitted it. Now we can have a beautiful view right up the middle of Adelaide Oval.
It's a terrific view. Oh, technology today is brilliant, isn't it? There's the bounce down, outer side of the ground. The sun shines through, but a hot game at Adelaide Oval. Knocked away towards Hopwood. He's got it for Centrals. Knocks it into a centre half forward. They can't mark. Coming through Gowans. Chris Gowans couldn't get a Bellow. Handball under pressure. Gets out the little left footer. Gets it wide to James Gowans. Onto the left foot. 45-metre kick. Goes in towards Healy. Can't get it. Comes to Sibinalia. McArdle there can't get it. It's out 25 metres out. He's got a biggie miss. He is. I can see the beady-eyed look from the umpire. Holding the ball. It's tough, but it's going against the Eagles.
Might be the team holding the ball too, I think, Tim.
Well, you just see this. It's a good give. I think you're right. Gallagher then brings it back in underneath him. Tape goes in because that's one of the oldest tricks in the book, is just pile up on it. And in the end, a pretty good decision because they did just sit on top of it. And you consider the Burton one earlier when Central's got pinned. I think this one was for real.
Ive Sibinaila now. The kid had a bit of a battle today.
Prescott hitting the bench.
Sibinaila now lining up with the win. What can the kid do? He deserves a goal. You like to see him kick. That's a beauty. He's kicked it a mile, but more importantly, straight through the middle. Great goal to the Dogs with the win in the third quarter. Central District 7-8, leading the Eagles 6-6.
Well, that's excellent. Sibinaila, he has to come off now for Lockwood, but that'll just settle him down. You know, he's only played a couple of games, and he really needs to just get himself settled. He missed one in the first term, and that one will just do him the world of good. And he just did the right thing here. Almost an experienced player. He watched M2 fall on it. He just put his hand up and said, look, I'm not fighting for it. What's going on? So good work by the young man, and hopefully that sets him off for a bright future.
And he was the recipient of the first free kick of the quarter.
Yeah, and Sebenala's direct opponent, Stephen Hall, gave his mouthguard a fair workout against the Pickets when he got a free, another goal, because he was sitting off the ground. Doesn't like goals kicked on him, even when he's sitting on the interchange bench.
Eagles going forward, ball punched, and under it was Jeffries off the left leg, decides the handball's a better option. Earl inside the Floriani, now running for him is Colville. No options in front of him, so he goes back to McClure, jams it on the break, free kick down the ground. Was that there, Tim?
It looked a little late. I'd like to see it on the replay again. It did look a little late, and he did get his kick away. Just watch it. Good hands here by Colville. Slaps it on his left foot. Play on for mine.
Exactly. Well done, Tim Ginniver. Nice fiddly look. I can't swear on ABC TV. That was a shocker.
I hope you don't swear anywhere, Gary.
No, I try not to. Sometimes I get a bit excited.
Gary Window, former Central District player. And there's Kluzak's kick. He sprayed it way on the goal umpire, and he's called it a behind.
Justice.
So perhaps some justice there as Chris Kluzak sprayed the free kick.
Look at that. Oh dear, that's when you've got the pressure on and the momentum has definitely switched to Central Districts. That's the sort of goal you must get just to steady the ship. So it doesn't matter how you get them, you must nail them.
McKinnon brings the ball into play, marked by Hay, the lad from Geelong. Tyson Hay, the recruit this year, gets to Bello, lifted his game, handball away to Cotter. He's onto his right foot, into half forward. Lockwood's back on the ground, goes over the back. They battle there hard. That's deliberate. Umpire's right there, the sun in his eyes. The sun in his eyes, and he couldn't pick it. Oh, what a ripper.
I reckon you could have had your retinas burn out and still pick that one.
Michael Tobias sitting down. Greg Chapman back into the fray.
Throw in. The Dogs in their half-forward line. Lindsay does well. He's played well. Colville trying to get in the game. Caught with the ball. He won't be pinged on this occasion. Bounce down. Half-forward flank for the Dogs.
Well, Ronnie Fuller wouldn't be happy. I reckon he would just see the work rate of his midfield and all that just dropping away slightly, and his forwards not keeping the ball in the forward line.
Bounce down. Knock away. Cotter can't get it. Holland there with a chance, the quick one, he can't get it. Another throw in, centre wing grandstand side with Central 7-8, leading the Eagles 6-7, 19 minutes into the third quarter.
Chris Gowan's picking himself up, almost took out our cameraman as the ball comes back into play. Stevens quickly lost it. Now it's Beveridge breaking through the pack onto his left leg, kicks it forward for the Eagles into attack. And a good mark, strong mark across half-back by McKinnon. Oh, awful kick, but he had too loose in the middle. They still might get away with this Centrals as Hopwood runs off half-back. He gets it on his right foot, kicks it inside 50 marks. Well, he was perhaps lucky. It bounced off his chest, Lillico. Now he chips it across. And McGowan, who has done a lot of running today, gets on the end of a pass, and he'll line up from perhaps maybe 40 metres out. And a chance for Centrals to add to a lead, which at the moment stands at 7 points.
What's that?
Well, with the breeze behind him, Rick McGowan should have no trouble in making the distance here. He's had a very good day so far. But Hopwood's kick definitely fortuitous. Came off the inside of his boot.
14 kicks and 11 handballs. What a performance by McGowan.
He comes in now, and for 40 metres he kicks it. The Centrals fans are happy. Well, they add to their lead. Central District kicked their 8th goal, 8-8-56, plays 6-7-43.
Well, it's a 13-point advantage now. Started with McKinnon. Great mark over the top of Earl there, but his kick, he knew what he wanted to do. He wanted to move it on quickly, which is a good thing. And again, they're coming up the corridor. There's that fortuitous kick off the inside of his boot.
Lillico.
He'd take it as a pass, I reckon.
Yep.
And Lillico's pass to McGowan was spot on. And Rick McGowan, when you're a senior player and your team needs you to kick goals, he just stands up and does exactly what they want.
He certainly does. Bounce down in the centre of the Adelaide Oval. The Anzac Day clash on ABC Sport. It's been a beauty. It's been all the Dogs in the third quarter after the Eagles led by 17 points at half-time. It's now the Dogs 8-8 to 6-7. But the Eagles will come back. They're a good side. In fact, they're the best side I've seen this year, so they will come back. Kick away there for the Eagles by Chapman, but it's all the Dogs. Hopwood's got it. Goes wide to Chris Gowan. Centre wing outer side of the ground. Onto the left foot. The leading players are all there. High, they battle hard there. Look like James Goins, he can't get it. It's under the bottom of the pack there, and they're all saying holding the ball. The umpire will have none of that. Bounce down.
Gentlemen, you mentioned how easily the ball is now coming out of the Eagles forward line. I think one of the key differences there is that experienced and strong players in Matthew Clusack and Michael Manfield started on that half-forward line, were very good around the ball. They're now on the back line.
All in a pack of players on the 50-metre line. They get out. The handball away is good. Long kick by Arnott. Goes into full forward. Healy nearly had it. He dropped it just over the line. There'll be a throw-in. Left forward pocket for Central Districts. Down at that southern end. They're going the breeze in the third quarter.
Again, you see the way they work that ball out. Got it back into the corridor, straight up the middle. And with Healy down there, it's looking very dangerous.
Clear the ball out of defence. Hall chips it across, goes towards the wing. Well, Colville was just left standing there as his opponent came through. I think it was Stevens. Ball out of bounds again. Another opportunity presents itself for Central District. It was Stevens. He's running back to his wing position. And ball comes in. Gowan's over the ball, under pressure though. Oh, flicked out the hand pass to his brother James. Chips it across. Arnott from 40 metres can kick another one. Oh, he just slides it out to the right. Boy, that would have been valuable. Just slid off the side of his boot out to the right. So Arnott, who has had a very, very big third quarter, just the behind.
It was an important one, wasn't it? just another one that would have been, say, 19 points up now, and they would have had a real good break at three-quarter time and said, right, we've set it up, let's win it now. So vital you kick those.
Oh, Holland out to Matthew Cluzak, but they've made it blue. Chris Gowans has got a chance now. Cluzak goes back over it to make up for it, but it's out of play. They'll have a bit of a go out there. There they go. I knew it had happened. Cluzak.
I'll try picking
Gowans,
the first one.
And then James Gowan comes in. That's my brother you built it there. Get out the way. Ball into attack for the Dogs. McCann low over the back. Can't mark. It's pushed through for the minor score. All the Dogs in the third quarter. And they're doing everything right. 8-9. The Eagles 6-7.
Yeah.
That's action you can only see in the SANFL.
I don't know who you'd blame for that little one. I think Gowans might have actually started it. Eagles bring it back into play. Here's Chapman. He'll relieve defensively out to the wing. Floriani sits under the ball. His opponent runs straight past him, and Floriani is off. And running up to McCarthy, plays on quickly. Colville overlaps for the hand pass, gets it, left foot inside 50. Opportune, Burton flies from nowhere, doesn't bring down the ball. Jason Earl rows it, and the Eagles will not get this one out. They're trying very hard, but eventually it's across the boundary line. A good defensive play by Central District, and they lead this match by 15 points. 20, almost 25 minutes gone, third quarter.
Do you think it might be time to get Brett Burton around the ball, bring him up the ground a bit, let him use his running ability?
Whether he's got the fitness to carry that out at this stage, I don't know. It'd be interesting to see if he could.
Jason Earl off the left leg, centres it. Good disciplined play. See what results. A mark! Great play. McCarthy pulls it down, and the coach, Ron Fuller, would be extremely pleased with that decision by Jason Earl.
Oh, absolutely. It's just like McClure, just gets his kick away quickly, and he's just centred it into the corridor, which is discipline, and that's a great grab by an experienced player. He must finish it off now, because I was just thinking, if you're Ronnie Fuller, you'd love a late goal.
Well, he's got an opportunity now to kick the Eagles first of the quarter. So McCarthy lining up from dead in front, the experienced McCarthy. Doesn't make any mistake. There's a goal. So the Eagles, they finally had one, well into time on, third quarter. It's mostly been Central District. Central's added 5 goals, but the Eagles get one back. 8-10-58, 7-7, 49.
I don't think you could really say how important that goal is going to be until we see the end of this game, because 15-point lead to Centrals, and also the Arnott miss could have been 21 points up, and it really would have been very difficult for the Eagles. But now the whole thing's turned around for mine, and it gives the Eagles, going into the last term with still a fairly stiff breeze, a real good opportunity to keep the ascendancy going. But Centrals, on the other hand, must keep driving and try and get another late one.
26-minute mark of the third quarter. Centrals lead by 9 points after a good quarter. That was a brilliant goal to the Eagles. They won't give in. Beveridge goes long. Another attack. They hold, they squeeze. Burns grabbed it. He'll be paid. Oh, that's the mark of the year so far. Where did he get that? Timmy Ginnivan work us through that. Oh, what a star.
Well, I'm going to have a look at it, Gary. I reckon it's bounced off somebody's head.
I don't care. He grabbed it, Tim.
Have a look at this. Bang.
Oh, no, give it to him.
That's come off Kluzak's head,
Oh,
I
it's a
reckon.
team mark.
Oh, yeah, that's all Eagles involved, I suppose, so you can't deny it.
Oh, he's kicked 3 goals, Burton. I hope he kicks 4. I love this player. He goes back. They need it, the Eagles. They need it. He's banged it through. 4 goals. Oh, what a comeback. You little beauty. Been out on the Dogs, but the Eagles 7-7. Bash back against the Eagles, against the Dogs 8-10. Oh, excites me, that bloke.
Well, it's only 3 points of difference now, and this is the vital thing to just keep persisting in a quarter. It's definitely come off Kluzak's head for mine, but 2 vital late goals for the Eagles really has them still in the game. It's been a seesaw, hasn't it? Now we saw the Centrals just dominating for 20 minutes there, and then you just take that foot off the pedal for a minute when you think you've got the job done, and a good side like the Eagles will just keep coming at you.
Brett Burton, 4 goals straight. Bello breaks from the centre though for Central, sends him into attack again. And the ball falls to Arnott. He's had plenty of the hill and the line. This corner kicks a goal again. Simon Arnott. So there's a reply. It came barely, 20 seconds after the bounce. And the Eagles were just maybe caught on the back foot a bit, and Central gets out to 9 points a game.
Well, they had to get it out of the centre square, and they did that through Bello. And this time Simon Arnott got hold of it and he thought, well, I'm going to make up for the last one I missed and make sure I slot it. And a good experienced player does that. And that again, the seesawing continues.
Oh, you're on ABC Sport. Grand final replay. It's a beauty on Anzac Day. All the diggers here, and it's an absolute ripper. Goal for goal now in the third quarter. We're near the end of that. Beautiful conditions, good crowd, and what a game of footy.
And Matthew Kluzak is sitting down on the bench, just picked up the phone to take his earful from the coach. No doubt he'll be back into the fray shortly.
The Dogs trying to get out of the centre, but the Eagles go away through Chapman. Left foot kick into the half-forward line. McCarthy can't mark. Hay over the back for the Dogs. Comes down. Good handball to Colville. Over to McClure. Short pass. It's on to McCarthy. He's grabbed it. Good grab in the left forward pocket. 30 metres out on a 45-degree angle.
I don't mind that move either. McCarthy, when he went down forward and put Manfield back at, to where he's more comfortable, I think, in defence. And this guy's got a lot of experience.
He's a good player, McCarthy. He's been good value to the Eagles. North Melbourne, you remember him, the marks he used to take there. He's done it here. He's very sure in the air, and he's a good kick. Very important kick. Bring it back to 3 points. Can he do it? Big number 16. Playing his 40th game for the Eagles today. Lines up. Takes the time. Will need a good kick. In the wrong spot. He's on the left. The Dogs crowd yell and scream at him up there under the scoreboard, but it's only a minor score.
I still believe the Eagles have done enough to just keep themselves in contact at three-quarter time. Those late goals that they did get through McCarthy and Burton have been very valuable.
McKinnon takes a line out of Darren Holland's book and just kicks it to himself, plays on. He's a big kick over the back to ball. Hereda leads in the chase. Opposed by a smaller man, didn't matter. He got the hand pass off. James Gowans goes inside 50. Another opportunity for Centrals. Healy does well. Just got a hand to that. That was enough. Lilico came through. He got the hand pass to McCardle on the left leg. Snap. Wait for the goal on by the way. He's kicked it, I'm sure. Another one for Central District. Boy, it's raining goals in time on in the third quarter. 10-10-70 Centrals. Eagles 8-8-56.
Well, you had to work a 7 or 8 day week to get a goal in the first half, and this quarter it's just rained them. And bit of football by both teams. I think they're just running it through the corridor, especially Centrals here. And I think their restructuring of their forward line has been, well, it's really paid dividends. And the way Lilico attacked that football, that's excellent. That's the way you got to do it. And McCardle made up for some previous mistakes by getting that goal.
He's kicked a couple of goals now, Sam McCardle. That's a good comeback by the lad. The Eagles 8-8 trail the Dogs 10-10 back in the centre near the end of the third quarter. Still one to go, but it's a beauty. Knock away goes wide. Colville can't get it. Good handball away. Ends up with James Gowans. Onto that left foot. Goes wide to Arnott out there. And he's got it. The Geelong recruit. Left half forward flank. 10 kicks this quarter. He goes long. Bounces over the back. In there's Tape. He goes near the line, but it's just pushed out of play. Throw in left forward pocket. 5 metres around from behind post at the southern end for the Central District side.
Their midfield needed a big lift, Centrals, and they've got it through Arnott and the Gowans brothers, just all getting touches, important ones.
A couple of the crowd coaches there, just saying how they do things.
Centrals need another goal. That breeze still there, favouring that southern end, the west, the Torrens end of the ground. Big Lindsay gets in there, taps it away. They try to get it clear. The handball's not good over to Holland. Out of play. Throw in again in the left forward pocket for the Dogs. They lead 10-10. The Eagles 8-8.
14 points. And the breeze, as we said, favouring the right of screen, the southern end. And that means the Eagles will be advantaged by that in the final turn. For the moment, Centrals has the ball and the win, and they're just trying to centre that ball. No luck from McGowan. Lilico, who gave him the hand pass initially, did well, got the ball back. Now the snap from Gowans into the square. Going back, Hall takes a nice mark. 14 points the margin, 32-minute quarter, and there's been a lot of goals in time on. As Tate, defensive mark, and, well, just a little too much attention from McCardle. He'll be pulled back for 25 metres.
Ron Fuller's going to have to look at the matchup of Gallagher on Simon Arnott. Simon Arnott for the Centrals just chopping him up across the half-forward line.
Surprised he's actually got an opponent, Michael. He's had plenty of the ball in this quarter. Ball down, Bello, left hand pass, Hereda. Knew he had one in the centre, didn't realise he was under that much pressure. Gallagher gets a possession. McClure, siren time. And 14 points is the margin at three-quarter time. 8-8-56 the Eagles. Central District 10-10-70.
Grand final replay. It's Anzac Day. The big kick winners today. McGowan's had 29 for the Dogs. James Gowans at Bello 22. And for the Eagles, Beveridge 22. Floriani 19. McClure 21. Comes out of the centre. Who'll win this game? Anzac Day. Always an emotional day. And it goes into attack. It's taken away with a long handball. They're in trouble. It's McKinnon. He's got it back. Goes in the centre, McGowan. Best for the Dogs. Gets the handball away to the running Hopwood. Danger for the Eagles. Over half forward. The Flyers there. McArdle does well. Thumps it away. Good tackling on Prescott. Comes to Healy. Oh, that was calm, but he was caught. He was caught. James Gowans goes towards goal. It's offline. It's a minor score, but a good attacking movement by the Dogs. Start of the third quarter. The Dogs go to 10 goals 11, leading the Eagles 8-8. Oh, good movement.
Just see the umpire Cam there waving the flag, but that was the right movement again by the Dogs to come straight down the middle of the ground. Use the link players, Gowans, McGowan, they're all there. Use them and they got good skills.
15 points to margin, straight down the middle comes the kick in, and rove by, I think that was McClure, ended up on the end of it for the Eagles. They go straight down the centre of the ground. That's obviously the best and shortest method of getting there. Hopwood clears it, and Beveridge gets under it for a mark. Andrew Beveridge, the Eagles. Well, he's a midfielder. I think he's been playing most of the day on the wing. And he's got a couple of short options, and eventually he decides that Prescott's the best of those. So Prescott in the centre of the ground, kicks it forward for the Eagles, high, and leading to the ball was not an Eagles player. So that's not a good sign, really, as that's Cotter picking up the ball for the Dogs in defence, relieves some pressure. Now through the link it comes to Gowans. Chris Gowans kicks it forward inside 50. Bowen Lockwood looked in the best place. The hand got up there from Manfield. Finally to the back, Lillico, foot to the ball. Another behind. Margin 16 points. The Dogs lead it. Early stages of the final quarter.
I like the way Lillico just keeps attacking the football. As a forward, if you've got somebody doing that all the time, it's going to create goals. Well, it wasn't good enough this time, but he's amongst it.
No, I think it's a good point. The Eagles need goals. 8-8 they are. Central's 10-12. We're into the final quarter in this Anzac Day clash. The clash of last year's grand finalists. There's the knockaway. Back, goes over the back. Read well by Stevens. He's got it. They've got loose players, the Dogs. It looks dangerous for the Eagles. Cotter's got it. Goes into the right forward pocket, looking for the leading Healy. Can't find him. Knocked away. James Gowans with a chance. Manfield for the Eagles just pushes the ball out of play. Throw in, right half forward flank for the Dogs.
They've opened up impressively, though. They're turning the ball over and they're moving it straight down the corridor again. So keep sticking to the things they were doing in the third quarter.
It'll be hard for the Eagles from here, but that breeze is still there. Yes, still going down to that southern end. They'll need a good effort now. The kick away goes long to centre wing. McGowan with a chance. Can't get it. Matthew Kluzak's got it. The Eagles star out there. Can't keep in play. Throw in on the centre wing grandstand side. The lights are on at Adelaide Oval. Anzac Day clash. It's a beauty.
Ball comes back into play, and O'Hara, the young ruckman, just giving Lindsay a spell at the moment. And that's the Eagles over the ball. And I don't think Gowans was really going to get anywhere with that. He was trying to crawl his way forward.
They need to get some run, don't they, the Eagles? They've got to get some run there somewhere through the centre. They've stopped dead there.
They're not winning the first ball from these contests. These stoppages, whether they throw in or bounce downs, they must win the first ball from here and start running it. Centrals have really got on top in that area.
Lindsay sitting on the bench.
Umpire Tony Day throws the ball down. Cotter gets on the end of a hand pass, just puts it out in front of him. Finally gets enough room to kick the ball. Tate is leading in the chase. Oh, and cross came James Gowans. There was almost a collision. In the end, the umpire says, I'll have it. That's brave work by both players. Eyes on the ball as we have another look at it. Well, it was almost a very heavy collision there. The umpire throws the ball into the turf. The players go at it, and as Lindsay got a tap. Eventually, Holland, a hand pass out to Floriani, then back down the flank, 3-on-1, and as a result, clear come the Dogs. McKinnon falling and managed to kick the ball still and got it forward to Bowen Lockwood. He's marked it. He'll have a shot from maybe 25 metres out.
He's a highly skilled player, McKinnon. Even when he was falling, he managed to do that. Just see this here. This beautiful pass. Lockwood's hands up in front. Now, if he kicks this, that's a great start for the Dogs.
Just his first mark. And Lockwood comes in just from a couple of steps straight into the player on the mark, O'Hara. Lockwood gets a hand pass back, forward, up into the goal square. Another opportunity, but the mark is taken, a relieving mark from Jamie Tate. Well, that's a disappointing result for Centrals, and that's probably the worst possible start we could expect. As Colville takes possession on this grandstand wing, kicks the ball down, and a good mark as he was falling backwards there is taken by Scott Matthews. Matthews has a couple of players loose in the centre, has a quick glance, says no, won't take that option, keeps down the line. goes into half forward. McCarthy up in front, strong, but the ball managed to be taken away from him and across the boundary line. Lockwood coming off after that kick, Michael.
Yes, Bowen Lockwood heading to the pine. It was pre-planned before the kick because Matthew Slade had been on his feet for a little while.
Throw in right half forward flank for the Eagles. They need a goal. Lights are on. It's a terrific side. Adelaide Oval, the lights on. Taken by Gowans. Gets a little kick away.
And Gary, you'll be pleased to hear that, in fact, they're all on.
That's down there. Michael passes you, ripper. And I heard some swearing just went past you too. There's the throw in. But players do get upset to get dragged. It'd be awful nowadays. You're on and off all the time. There's the ball away to Hopwood. He can't keep it in play. Another throw in. Right forward flank. The Eagles need a goal. There they are. Alistair Clarkson in there. Simon Lewis alongside of him. There's the brain trust of the central side. Throw in. Big pack of players around the ball. They battle for bum position. Knocked away over the back. Beveridge gets his head pulled off. No free kick. Another bounce down. Right half forward flank for the Eagles. Nearer the grandstand side where they need a goal. 10-12 Centrals leading the Eagles 8-8.
Well, the Eagles would want to break the ice here. They would want to break the ice and get the first goal. Just see Ronnie Fuller now. He's trying to ring the changes that might produce that goal for his side.
Only place to ring the changes on the phone. So the ball down again, and Colville does his spell. Well, he had it. He just got bumped and lost it. Now he's back and fighting again. He pulls Stevens down, perhaps illegally. Doesn't matter. Central's with the ball. Hopwood flicks out the hand pass to McGowan. He's had a hell of a lot of the ball today. Kicks it forward. Brave mark going back by Beveridge. So Beveridge gives the Eagles an opportunity to go forward. Chips it along the flank. It wasn't really a great kick. Jason Earl did well though. Picked it up, snapped it back into the hot spot. Oh, big leap from Kluzak. Wasn't advantaged by the ball. Comes back to Jeffries. Now he's caught. Turns it over. Gowans. Now the Gowans boys have an opportunity to clear it. Finally to Stevens. Overruns it. Colville. McClure. They share the ball. The Eagles share the ball and finally get it forward. They're working so hard. Burton almost took the one-hander. McCarthy breaks a tackle. Breaks two. Kicks a goal. A goal to John McCarthy. The Eagles are in this one. Don't worry about that. The Eagles move along to 9-8-62 and they trail Central Districts 10-12-72. 10 points the margin. Early stages, final quarter.
Well, it's a good move to get McCarthy up there in the second half. He really has been a live wire up there for him and really brute strength as well, just brushing past a couple of tackles eventually. Just see the hard work by the Eagles, the way they turned that over. Young Stevens overrunning the ball for Centrals, but look at the way he got through a couple of tackles here, snapped it around his body and got a very important goal to give him the start that they need.
Back in the centre. We're in the final quarter by 7 minutes. Bello out of the centre for the Dogs. The Eagles are coming back. Oh, that's a good grab there though by Slade in front of his opponent Holland. He's grabbed it at the 50-metre line. There's the lead for McArdle. A beautiful pinpoint pass. McArdle on a good lead. That was a strong lead by the forward. He's 45 metres from goal on a very slight angle.
Well, the coach would have been very pleased with the way Sam McArdle did that. He worked particularly hard, moving this way and that, and then pushing himself forward into the gap.
He's kicked two. One in the second, one in the third. Played a bit from behind.
Leading goal kicker last year for Centrals.
He's a good lad. He's just, when he gets it right in his head, he can really play. McArdle now lining up. He's a big, long kick normally. That looks beautiful off the boot. It split the centre. Great goal against the breeze. Centrals go a little bit further ahead, but still a lot in this football game. Centrals, 11 goals, 12, lead the Eagles 9-8.
Well, that's a very impressive leg. It's not easy here today at Adelaide Oval to kick goals, as our goal umpire Cam shows you there. That ball didn't deviate from the moment it hit his foot. Powerful leg, straight through it, and kicks his third, and that really does keep that game alive for the Central Districts Footy Club, because the Eagles just get that goal, could have got their tails up quickly.
Margin now 16 points. As one of the Buzak boys, this time it is Christopher, just preparing to take a seat. And the margin, as I said, 16 points. Central's lead the rematch of the grand finalists from the 2000. Beveridge comes clear, just took a little bit too long and almost was dispossessed. Doesn't matter, they ended up turning it over anyway. So back comes Central District into attack. A kick forward. That was Gowans. Gowans thought he was being held, complained about it. Meanwhile, Matthews goes forward for the Eagles. And over the back it comes to Burton. Did well, got rid of his opponent Burton from just on 50. Puts it right up on the hot spot, and it looked like Matthew Kluzak got dealt with there illegally, or rather Christopher Kluzak got dealt with there illegally. But it was a behind in the end. 15 points the margin, 10 minutes and a half gone in the final quarter.
And you see Ron Fuller's put Big Lindsay, the ruckman, been sitting on the bench, put him onto the full forward line. We saw that tactic last week, and it resulted in a couple of quick goals.
Graham over to Stevens. They go short again. Centrals look a bit confident at the moment. Hay has marked it on the left half-back flank for the Dogs. Go long now, left foot kick, centre wing. A lot of Eagles there. Beveridge up high from behind, couldn't mark. Down to Gowans, he's under a lot of pressure. Umpire couldn't see, he was on the blind side. There's the handball away from Bello. The Dogs going into attack. Blocked off the boot, taken by fullback Hall, gets away to McClure. He throws it away, and they're out of trouble with a long right foot kick into the half-forward line, but Stevens has got it. For Centrals, into the centre of the ground. Hopwood, he'll go long now. Plenty of players out there. Lilico's got it. He'll go wider still. Over to Cotter. He puts the slot down there to Healy. In the slot it was, and Healy has grabbed it in the right forward pocket, 30 metres out from goal.
Well, can he kick another captain's goal? He's been very good up there since moving up there. And the way Central's turned that ball over was excellent then. And Lilico took a very difficult mark from a very ordinary Hopwood kick.
Daniel Healy now, kick 2 in the third quarter. The skipper, he's a beautiful kick of the ball. The umpire runs across, but that's another one. That's his third. The Dogs go further in front. Good goal to Centrals, going against the breeze. They're 12-12, the Eagles 9-9.
Well, even though it's a 21-point margin, there's still time. It's 11 and a half minutes. You've got the breeze. This is where you've got to get in as a centre player or a midfield player and say, listen, guys, it's up to us to start getting this ball out of the centre. Otherwise, we're not going to get any momentum whatsoever. They really must lift here. Young O'Hara's in there. He's up against another young player, Cowans. He's got to get over the top of him and give his opportunity to his midfield. Otherwise, Central's too tough and too strong in there at the moment.
See how they do this time. Goes up, and well, Central's probably had the better of that, but the Eagles cleared Beveridge, gets a hand pass across to Chapman, hooks the left leg around. Central's leading in the race for the ball. Hopwood got a bad bounce. As a result, Floriani ends up with it, and another forward entry for the Eagles. McCarthy did well. Now Burton on the left leg, straightens up, off the left leg, see what his kick is like, and he gets it through for a goal, does he? No, touched! The poster did, according to the umpire, and just the behind. Well, they badly needed that one.
He's been very good today, Burton, and this is just a little bit unfortunate. He's just done about everything he could do right. He's just shaved the post.
It just must have shaved it. Goal. Kick away, out of side the ground, but McKinnon, long kick, centre wing position. They battled for the ball out there. Cotter couldn't get it. Thrown away by Chris Gowans. The Dogs try to get it out there, can't do so. Taken away by Jeffries. He gets it wide. Floriani gets in the slot, puts it in there where the runners are all at it. Picked up by Earl, he goes towards goal. He's missed that one too. It's offline. It's a minor score just when the Eagles need goals.
Well, they're peppering. They really are having a go, but they must produce goals up to put pressure on the scoreboard.
19 points the margin. And the Eagles are kicking to the right of screen, and they're kicking with a considerable breeze. Not your 10-goal type, but certainly a couple of goals in it. And they trail by 19 points. McKinnon brings it back in with a long kick outside 50. Centrals get huddled around the ball, and now they'll take it clear. It comes across, well, eventually into the centre of play. Gowans picks it up off the left leg, kicks it up into the half-forward area. Hall drops off his man. He's buffeted under the ball. Eagles fans not happy with that. And eventually the umpire, he's got McClure on the bottom of the pack, and the umpire, well, he must have been tempted to call that holding the ball, but yeah, I thought Hall was perhaps pushed in the back there.
Well, it was. I don't know how they missed those ones. They're the ones that deliberate push in the backs, they should always grab.
So just waiting for the umpire to settle himself. Puts the ball into the turf. Tony Day. O'Hara opposed to McCardle, and the Eagles come clear. That was Beveridge with his foot to the ball. Don't get it outside a defensive 50 though, and Ned Hard was Colville, got it back to Hall. Eagles with another chance to clear. High kick from Hall off the left leg. Bello runs back, takes a mark, hand pass inside quickly. He's got Gowans loose and running for it. James Gowans kicks it inside 50. Up and Hay almost pulled it down, lost it. Now forward for Central's another chance, a bit of volleyball being played. Manfield ends up with it. Now to Holland, goes straight back towards his defensive goal, then clears it off the left leg. Good pass. Tobias takes the mark. He's got another player running for him in Beveridge. Not the best of kicks, makes the most of it. No, he doesn't. Arnott now. Opportunity for the Centrals to come back, and he just chips the pass away, and McArdle did well, juggled but took the mark. Has a quick assessment of what's around him. Doesn't fancy his chances from beyond 50. He may have to, because the options are quickly being swallowed up by Eagles defenders. So goal umpires look at the lights, and McArdle, Sam McArdle lining up outside 50, just puts it to the head of the square and punch through. In the end, Scott Matthews taking the option of knocking another point onto the scoreboard for Central District. So the margin 20 points as we have another look at the kick.
It was never going to get there, was it? Scotty Matthews just belted it through, and goal umpire right there.
They bring the ball back into play, but danger period for the Eagles. They need to generate something. We're halfway through the final quarter in this Anzac Day clash. 12-13 the Dogs, leading the Eagles 9-11. They've got to get goals now, the Eagles, going to that northern end. Don't seem to be clean enough in their movements. McCarthy down there left to get some goals. I think you see Manfield down there also now. There's the knock away, taken away by the Dogs. Bello onto the left foot. He's played a good game today. Puts it into the attacking area. At the back, it's McClure. McClure onto the right leg. He clears for the Eagles to the half-back line. They fly there. Big Steve, little Stevens it was. He got up high. That's why he looked big. Comes out again to Slade. He's looking. They're very confident, the Dogs, mucking around a bit. Short player, and there's Lillico. He's tackled. McClure does well to get him. Another hard tackle. Ball down the ground. Lillico with a chance. A player wide. It goes towards him. Earl snaps it in there. They battle through Slade for the Dogs. He knocks it on. Gets it down to Chris Gowans in the forward pocket. It's out of play. Throw in left forward pocket. 16-minute mark, final quarter. Central's 12-13, lead the Eagles 9-11.
It's the sunshine in the background as Chris Kluzak prepares to come back onto the ground. Had some trouble with
O'Hara will come off, and Lindsay will go from the forward pocket into the ruck, and then obviously Kluzak into that forward pocket.
Makes Michael Parsons on the boundary. 20 points the margin, 17 and a half minutes and beyond in the final quarter. That's O'Hara there, so they'll obviously have to wait some time to get him off the ground. He's playing in the defensive area at the moment, rucking. He gets the ball down, but Lillico gets the better of it for Centrals. Finally, over the ball, it might be Beveridge in there. Eventually, players still huddling over it, waiting. Nobody can get it out. Comes clear eventually to Holland. Slick handball from Holland to Floriani. He breaks out of defence for the Eagles, goes across towards the end of the square, and Hotwood comes across and takes the mark, feeds off to Hereda, and another opportunity for the Dogs to go forward.
Certainly was, as Cotter's got it on centre wing. Eagles in trouble. Got to do something. Looks like they can generate it now. The long kick goes into the half-forward line. The Flyers are all there. Tape can't mark. Knocked away from behind. It's out of play in between centre wing and right half-forward flank for the Dogs.
And Tim, the point was made pre-season that the Eagles were looking to try and find a focus to get some scores. They just haven't been able to kick a score.
Not today, have they? And probably Chris Kluzak could have started this last term, I reckon, up forward, and Lindsay in the ruck, because I reckon that the young fella, even though he's got some hand to the football, Centrals have taken it away every time, so just a bit of experience needed in the ruck in this last term.
Hopwood's got it for the Dogs. He drives it long, half forward. Healy comes out, can't mark. Knocked away from the back. It's all Centrals in there. Taken by James Gowans. Bello, they get the handball away. Taken there by Graham. Graham goes long, wants to kick a goal. He puts it down there, but it's offline. Through for the minor score. Centrals getting points, but the Eagles can't score. 12-14, Centrals leading the Eagles 9-11. And Tim down there, though. Burton's done well with 4 goals, though, but I suppose hadn't had a lot of touches.
No, he's been very valuable for that, though, and I think he has been a great target. I'd love to have him every week.
That's a huge kick in. Lindsay, great mark. Quick hand pass to Holland. Lost the handle on the ball, just too slick for him. And back the other way, the mark just happens to, or the ball just happens to fall into James Gowan's hands. And he immediately goes right across to Cotter on the far side of the ground. Cotter chipped short, Bello, mark. And he would be a preferred option as a kicker because he is so good. Oh, well, even better is Simon Arnott. He'll stroll in. Can he kick the goal? He can, no problems at all. Central District look like they've got this one. 13-14, 92. The Eagles 9-11, 65, and the grand final rematch seems to be going the same way as the grand final.
Well, 27 points now, and I would believe at the 20-minute mark that would be enough, but that was Rick McGowan's goal. He just got that turnover out of Holland's hand, and his quick kick hit Chris Gowans right on the chest, and from there they just set it up beautifully with nice short passing. Look at our goal cam there, the ABC exclusive goal umpire cam. We saw Arnott kick his third goal around his body to really put the nail in the coffin.
Have a look at that view there. It's a beauty, isn't it? On ABC Sport, the grand final replay on Anzac Day. It's been a beauty, but it looks like the Dogs. And it's come good because of Arnott and Healy both kicking 3 goals each in the second half of football after the Eagles led by 17 points at half-time. There, the ball goes wide. The Eagles, what can they do down there now? Comes out the back, got a chance. Taken by Jeffries. He goes for the check side. That'd be a miraculous kick. It's holding up in there. They battle on the line. Kicked off the ground. That's a good goal. That's Chris Kluzak's put one through. Can that get the Eagles back? A good goal up there to that southern end, and that's a great goal by Kluzak.
Well, it keeps them alive, doesn't it? And that's really good play. Just alert numbers to the football. They outnumbered Centrals in the end, and poor old Geister was fighting a blown battle down there, but good quick alertness here by Chris Kluzak. That's why he's a good forward. And Jeffries, he was attempting a check side goal. In the end, the result was great for him.
They're hard enough to kick, aren't they, when you're in close?
Yes.
On about 40 metres out.
So just waiting the bounce again. Here's Kluzak.
We've just seen John McCarthy come off has an injured thigh. Manfield will move from the back line into the forward line, and Gallagher has taken up that vacant spot in the back line for the Eagles.
The Eagles go forward again. Quick snap forward by Colville. Taken by Burton. He's pulled down. Well done. Eventually forward to Chapman. Now opportunity goal. Great take by Chapman. And he made the most of about 2 steps that he had to settle. Kicks another one for the Eagles. So they're still in this. The Eagles move along 11-11, 77. Central District 13-14, 92.
Well, they won't lie down, you know, and it's funny, isn't it? Up here in the box, you get the feeling at the 20-minute mark, they're 27 points up. Maybe they relaxed as well, you know, and you just see Eagles, Lindsay in the ruck. Colville there, just good, clever work, good quick give, cleaned up by Hopwood as he got rid of it, but it's just important now that you get that steady in goal and just finish off your really good efforts that you've made, Central Districts. But the Eagles, Lindsay's been the difference as soon as he's gone back into the ruck.
They've got a bit of a lift on now. Can the Eagles get another one? Not as it comes out of the centre to Bello. He can kick a long way. He decides to go for the short pass. Hall can't mark it. Bounces awkwardly. Kick away there. There's good defensive play there by the Eagles. Goes wide. Central's trying to get it out there through Healy. Can't do so. Floriani's got it. Throw in right half forward flank for the Dogs. They lead 13-14. The Eagles 11-11. 22-minute mark of the final quarter in this Anzac Day clash on ABC Sport at the Adelaide Oval. Big Lindsay up there, tries to get it down. Can't do so, they can't get it out of there. Another goal would make it interesting. 23 minutes gone. Colville looks tired, but he gets it away to Tobias. He's out there, he can't get it up. All the Eagles there. Cotter's got it for the Dogs, drives it back, centre forward, knocked away, comes to Healy, the skipper's got it, Floriani, back to Lindsay. Lindsay for the Eagles. They need a goal here, the Eagles. There's fighting, there's holding. The umpire calls play on. Beveridge in there also, and they battle it out of play. That was Stevens, throw in right in front of our ABC commentary position, grandstand side, Adelaide Oval.
Well, he's not going to get much grip on that left foot there, Stevens, without the boot.
Big Lindsay a bit slow to this next contest. Had a bit of a bit of a discussion with a couple of the Central boys in back play. Stevens does well. He got enough purchase to get a hand pass. Out it comes to Arnott. He looks up, assesses. McArdle stretches, can't get to the ball. Ball over the back. Now it's Gallagher. Takes breaks. Ooh, geez, he was lucky there. He's surrounded by 4 players. In the end, got away. So did Matthews. Matthews now drives the Eagles forward. Out in front of Kluzak. Ball wasn't a good bounce for him. The umpire said, no, you weren't held. So Kluzak just picks it up, carries on. Matthew Kluzak drives it looking for his brother. Well, maybe he didn't, and maybe he should have.
There we go. He's recovered the boot. Trainer, quickly get that back on and get his grip.
Well, there's not much into this game. 24 minutes gone, 24 and a half gone. The Eagles need a goal in this last effort ditch down at that end. They're only about 10 metres around from the behind post. What can the Eagles do? Knocked away, comes out the back, Kluzak Matthews got a chance. He drives towards goal, but it's gone straight across the face of goal. It's out of bounds on the full when they needed that goal.
Clever work again. Got it into the corridor. Good work by Colville, the skipper.
There's the kick in, comes wide. Clinton Graham's got it in the back pocket for Centrals. Graham, a good young player, holding it up now as we're into the 25-minute mark of this final quarter. He kicks long, centre wing, grandstand side. Lindsay knocks it away. Good handball away to Colville. He puts it into that dangerous slot at centre half forward. The Flyers are there. Over the back, Chris Kluzak. What can he do? Got to keep his eye on the ball. Does so. Gets it to Beveridge. Beveridge is out of there. Drives it long towards goal. They need a mark. It's in there hard on. Long touched beautifully by Hay on the last line defence. It's a minor score. They need goals. 11-12. Central's 13-14.
Very impressed with Hay as a defender. I think he's got a pretty cool head for a young man. It's good work here by Beveridge. He knows the situation is desperate to get it in there. This is very good work just to get his hand on it before it goes through.
14 points the margin. Centrals bring the ball back from defence and knocked back in by Manfield. But Centrals steady. Geister gets his left foot to the ball, clears it to the wing, standing under it. Hereda takes the mark. He's got running options. One of those was Hotwood overran the ball, perhaps under a little bit too much pressure there to be giving that sort of hand pass. Eagles, another opportunity to go forward. It's the skipper and Colville. While winds around onto his right foot, kicks it inside 50. No mark taken there. I thought Geister might have been paid instead. They try to get it towards the boundary. That's Chapman. He's over the ball for the Eagles, over the line, under pressure. The Eagles down by 14 points, almost 27 minutes into the final quarter.
Central's defence has been pretty good today, under a fair bit of pressure at times, and I think Geister's been the best of them.
Certainly has. The throw in that forward pocket. The Eagles need one, but there's a lot of Dogs defenders there. The kick away from Cotter goes to centre wing. Not much chance now for them as they get it out there with Gowans. He gets the handball to Bello. He's played a ripper of a game today. Also, the little rover drives long, half forward. Healy from behind. Should have been paid the mark in front. Should have McArdle's tackled. Taken by Slade. He gets a little kick away. Lillico a chance. Chris Gowans also in there. The handball's wide. From McClure out to Hall, and Hall goes wide. This will be the last chance. Holland's got it. They'll need a goal. He bounces around centre wing. Goes onto the left foot. It'll need to be a beauty. It's not. It's over the back. They can't see it. Does well Kluzak to get it up. Can't get it away. And the Dogs deep into attack.
The Dogs go forward and on the chest. Healy leads out. He's probably their best and longest kick. Healy now lines it up and it's away to the left. And just the behind. But I think the Dogs might be celebrating because it's a 15-point margin. 13-15, 13-16 now plays 11-12. And they look to have this one under control. Central District. So you see Healy there just settling himself. Probably angry he missed it. Hall kicks it long. Lindsay at the back gets his opponent under the ball. But Central's again come away with it. Cotter quickly onto the right boot. Forward, tape, hands to the ball, couldn't take possession. In dispute, the umpire will come in. No, he won't be needed. Bello breaks quickly onto Slade, onto the foot quickly, and forward. Now Healy, opportunity, 5 yards out, can he get around? Oh, yes he can he? No! Oh, it looked like he was clear, then he wasn't. Finally taken across the line by Gallagher, conceded the behind.
Look at the goal umpire cam here, this is great. Just tried to sneak it through, couldn't do so. Gallagher on the last line.
That's a ripper, that goal umpire, Cam. As we're at the Adelaide Oval for this Anzac Day clash, we've had 28 minutes in the final quarter. The Dogs are there, 13-16, the Eagles 11-12. The Eagles' Beveridge has played well. Connor's played well for Centrals. Good to see him back too. He's played all right for Centrals today. There's the kick into the centre to Floriani. Centre half back position. He's got the little eagle. He's tackled. He got out of it. He was lucky to get there. Just blast it now. And there's the siren to end the game. The grand final replay on Anzac Day at the Adelaide Oval has gone to Central Districts, 13 goals, 16. The Eagles, 11 goals, 12. But a very good game. And on Anzac Day, we will remember them on ABC Sport. That is for sure, but a fine game here at the Adelaide Oval.